Welcome into the Region 1 4A and 5A track and field championships. First on the track today is going to be the 4A girls 4x100 meter relay. Lane assignments on the screen. It's going to be Greenwood in lane 1, Benbrook in lane 2, Stephenville in lane 3, number 14 in Texas, Brownwood in lane 4. They're the favorite. They're number 5 in the state. Decatur in lane 5, Liberty in lane 6, Andrews in lane 7, Dumas in lane 8. The number 2 team in the state, the Dunbar 4x100 meter relay, did not finish yesterday, and they have been eliminated. So a dramatic turn of events early in the first race yesterday as the top seed Dunbar got eliminated, and it opens the door. Brownwood, the fastest qualifying time here in this heat, or in this finals. It's going to be one heat of each today. Brownwood with a 47:30 yesterday in the area round, in the prelims. A 47:30 was 0.3 faster than their best mark of the year. 47:30 matches that number 2 mark that Dunbar ran back in March. So Brownwood has now moved into the top 2 in the state in the 4x1. We'll wait 2 more minutes as they will fire this thing off right at 2:30. While we've got a moment, I want to welcome you to the broadcast, welcome you to spring Lubbock afternoon. There's wind and cooler temperatures today than there was yesterday. And we want to invite you to, if you're on YouTube, you can get in the chat, let us know where you're listening and watching from and who you're rooting for. We've seen some people already in there asking who's going to win the 4x4 in the 4A girls. All the 4x4s are going to be good today. All this whole meet today is going to be good, as there is some drama building.
And now your lane assignments.
We will get to that as we go through the afternoon.
100-meter relay. Greenwood's going to be in lane 1. Fort Worth Benbrook's going to be in 2. Stephenville's going to be in lane 3.
Greenwood, Ava McIntyre, Addison Adami, Sydney Click, and Kalani Weeks.
In lane 4.
Benbrook, Zoe Frater, Amaya Monroe, Juliana Velasquez, Sonia Gillum. The favorites is going to be Brownwood, Isis Hall, a junior, Kaya Phillips, a sophomore, Jade Marine, a junior, and Anaya Hines, a junior. That's who's listed. They could have thrown in alternates there.
Judge number 2.
Got Justin Reagan with us today. Justin, welcome. Glad to have you up here on top of this press box as we get ready to watch this 4A and 5A meet. We'll have to turn your mic off here in a little bit when we get to the 800, though.
Yeah, we may have to do that for sure.
Okay, let's send it down to the track. Brownwood, the favorite, running in lane 4. Into that first exchange. Lane 7. Now Brownwood moving up in lane 4.
.46.49, 46.49. That's Brownwood in lane 4.
Brownwood lane 4, Decatur lane 5, Stephenville coming in lane 3. Brownwood wins it. Decatur second.
I'll have to see what that time looks like for Brownwood. It looks quicker even than what they ran yesterday.
47.03. It's going to be a 47.07 for Brownwood. They're the region champions. Decatur, they qualify for state 48-34. Stephenville will have to wait and see what happens in the other regions to see if that third place finish will be good enough for a wild card spot. Typically out of Region 1 it is not. But we will see. When you've got Brownwood running that fast, maybe it helps pull them along. So we'll have to see. Those girls might not know for several hours as the other regional meets in the state take place.
To receive your Region 1 medals. Top 3 finishing teams, please
sorry, we'll get that camera
award stand to get your
situated
medals.
Here for this next race.
And now your lane assignments for the 5A division girls, 4x100. Amarillo's going to be in lane 1, Burleson lane 2, Chapin in lane 3.
Here's your lane assignments.
46.82 goes to
Mansfield Timberview,
They're going to be in lane 4.
46.89,
Denton Ryan,
number
lane 5.
13 in the state.
Fort Worth Wyatt, lane 6. Denton is going to be in 7. And Argyle is going to be in lane 8. Judge number 1, are you ready? Judge number 2 and judge number 3. We're ready on all exchanges. Wyatt at the starting line, please.
Okay. Mansfield Timberview in lane 4. Black tops and black bottoms. Pretty close through the first exchange.
Fort Worth Wyatt.
Lane 4, Mansfield Timberview having trouble with the baton, and somebody dropped it. Not lane 4. In lane 5 is going to be Denton Ryan challenging for the lead, and Mansfield Timberview might have been left out of that. In lane 6 was Wyatt. In lane 5 was Denton Ryan. In lane 4, Mansfield Timberview, who was at Chapin in lane 3, I think, dropped the baton of 47.06. For Fort Worth Wyatt, they're the winners. 3 100s back is Denton Ryan, and then Timberview, who came in as the number 13 team in the state. They get third. The number 11 team, El Paso Chapin in the state, they do not finish.
Yeah, it's always tight in these 4x100s, especially on the exchanges. Coming into that last exchange, it was really tight, and
in first place,
little stumble, dropped the baton. Unfortunate.
You get eight athletes all right there close together, and things are happening fast, and dropped the baton, and she went down. She's still down in lane 3 down at the exchange. There on the medal stand, you see Brownwood getting their regional champion gold medals. Decatur Lady Eagles, they're in second place. They'll be going to state. And then Stephenville in third place, they will have to wait.
Through 8 events and the 4x100.
4A boys coming up next.
Brownwood, 49.
Here's a
Second
lane
place,
assignments.
Randall, 42. Third place, Monahans, 32. Stephenville, fourth place, 20.
They're helping her off. That looks not putting much weight on that left ankle. Hopefully she was I don't think it was the anchor. I think it was the third leg, but hopefully she's not in any of the other relays if they qualified today. Hate to see that.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think the anchor ever got close to the baton there. Tough to tell what happened.
Here are the lane assignments for your 4A division boys 4x100. Brownwood's going to be in lane 1.
Not Brownwood in lane 1.
Greenwood
Greenwood lane 2. It's Stephenville lane 3. They're the number 8 team. in 4A. Kenyon Randall in lane 4. They're the number 4 team in the state. Estacado's in lane 5. They're the number 7 team in the state. So 3, 4, 5 in the middle of the track is where this heat is going to be in this race here. Eagle Mountain in lane 6. Lubbock Cooper Liberty in lane 7. And Springtown's Porcupines out in lane 8.
And judge number 3. Quiet at the starting line.
4A boys, 4x100 meter relay.
100 4A boys division.
Lane 3, Stephenville. Lane 4, Randall. Lane 5, Estacado. Going to that first exchange. Estacado lane 5, Randall lane 4. First 2 to exchange. Randall in lane 4. Be the first to hand off. As they come around the far curve, Randall's in front. Springtown threatening on the outside in lane 8. Estacado coming on the inside. Stephenville in lane 3. Randall in front. Stephenville, Estacado for second. A photo finish at the end. Randall's going to win it at 41.65. Who gets second? I think Stephenville and Estacado 41.97. Stephenville 41.98. How close is that? Estacado closed the last probably 20 meters. I thought Stephenville had him by half a step, and Estacado in the last 20 meters was able to inch the Jackets out by 1/100th.
In second place,
Springtown with a nice effort there.
That's tough for Stephenville, too, because putting their girls and their boys in third place is so close.
41.98, 1/100th of a second. Okay, lane assignments coming for the 5A boys now. 5A boys, 4x100. Colleyville Heritage will be in lane 1. Burleson Centennial will be in lane 2. Denton Ryan is going to be in lane 3. Mansfield Timberview, the number 2 team in the state in Class 5A, will be in lane 4. Ran a 40-21 in the area round, at the area meet, and ran a 40-54 yesterday. In lane 5 is going to be Richland from North Richland Hills. They're the number 15 team. They improved on their time yesterday, turning in a 40.83. And then Lubbock Coronado in lane 6, Arlington Seguin in lane 7, and El Paso El Dorado is out in lane 8 here for the 5A boys. 4x1. And then we'll go to the 800. Did not run the 800 yesterday. They'll save it for today. Probably a nicer day to run an 800. Temperatures down in the mid-60s, you'd say?
Yeah, it's definitely cooler than it was yesterday.
North Richland Hills is going to be in 5.
And the wind seems to be a little bit less. It's for Lubbock, this is good wind.
It's out of the north, so it does have a little bit of chill to it.
Judge number 1, are you ready? Judge number 2.
It should be fun here. Lanes 3, 4, and 5 are only separated by 0.3 of a second, I believe, yesterday. So should be a good watch here.
Mansfield Summit, number 1 seed. Richland in lane 5 is the number 2.
Plus, what's great about Championship Saturday is you never know who's going to put down a time they haven't done before.
Well, we mentioned it yesterday, the 40.54 Mansfield Timberview. See if they can challenge the meet record, which was turned in a long time ago by Fort Worth O.D. Wyatt at 39.99. Off and running in the 5A boys, out in lane 5, Richland. And in lane 4, Mansfield Timberview. Timberview out front, they've made up every stagger already. Timberview coming right at you. In lane 4, they've got a huge lead. See if they can get the exchange here. Timberview, hands off. In lane 2, in lane 3, it's Denton Ryan. Down the stretch, 39.99 is not going to be broken today, but it was close. A 40.53 improves 1/100th of a second off of yesterday's time for Mansfield Timberview. Congratulations to them. They are the regional champs. Denton Ryan second, and North Richland Hills, Richland third.
At the award stand, here are the top 3 finishing teams in the 4A Division Boys 4x100. In third place, with a time of 41.98.
Speaking about regional records,
second place,
one's about to get broken.
Estacado. Finishing in first place
in this next race.
65, the team from Randall.
Maybe. She already owns the record. She can beat it. Depends on what kind of mood Addison Bristow's in. She owns the record. She set it last year at 2:10.31. And I think earlier in the year she ran a 2:06.
Yeah, well, her seating time's 2:10.62, so she's right there around it for sure.
2:10.62, and she's the number 1 800 runner in Region 1, and she's the number 32 800 runner in the United States.
Second place, Canyon, 32. Third place, Randall.
As they bring the 800 runners onto the track, Angel Quiones from Fabens be hip number 1. Addison Bristow, hip number 2. Maddox Kaufman from Decatur, hip number 3. Rebecca Delgado from Brownwood. Yvonne De La Riva from San Elizario. Bergen Pinkley from Big Spring. Cassidy Forsyth from Crum. Alexia Martinez from Fabens. Jordan Talley from Fort Worth Eastern Hills. Brock Ava Nix, hip number 10. Madeline Walker, hip number 11 from Springtown. Avery Brown from Canyon, the number 2 800 runner in the state, is hip number 12. Lily Rodriguez from Big Spring. Reese Wilson from Canyon. Amaris Escobedo from Isleta. And Emily Gross, the number 7 800 runner, is all the way out. Hip number 16. They will start in lanes 5, 6, 7, and 8. Those bottom 5. 2 laps around the track.
And as you're watching, those that are unfamiliar with the 800 in this setup, the outside runners that start in the outside lanes, they will have to stay in those outside 4 lanes until they get to into the first turn, and then they'll move over, and everybody will stay in those first couple lanes.
Out front, Addison Bristow from Canyon.
Division Boys 4x100. This is your top 3 teams. 5A boys 4x100.
Already separating herself. Eastern Hills in there. Ava Nix coming up third right now from Brock.
In second place, 41.30.
As they make their first. Addison Bristow striding out. You can see the distance.
The team from Mansfield Timberview.
Tally in second, Ava Nix third, coming on the inside or on the outside there.
That's Forsyth from Crum, I believe, that's up there. Moved into tight battle there for second and third.
4A girls 800. Record is 2:10.31. 2:10.31.
Bristow already about to go into the final turn. The rest of the field not to the 50-yard line yet of the football field.
It's like, in comparison, you see this race, and a lot of times you see somebody go out really fast as a rabbit. And
Second place,
that's what you seem like.
Timberview,
That's what this stride looks like from
24.
her, but it's
Third place,
she's not losing that stride.
Final 100. She's going to have to finish it in 20 seconds to beat her time of 2:10.
22.
She can get it. 2 minutes. Bristow. She's going to break that regional meet record, and she does. 2:07.56. Wow. Beat it by 3 seconds, the meet record. Dumas, Emily Gross, is going to finish second. And a photo finish at the line for third and fourth between Isleta and Big Springs Rodriguez. Get it up on the street. Nope, Delgado from Brownwood, got third. 2:07.60. Addison Bristow, 2:10.31 is the regional meet record she set here last year. And it'll be interesting to see what that time does if she moves up. I think her best was 2:06. So I think that's the mark that has her as the number 32 runner in the country.
You can see her time on the scoreboard.
Kaufman from Decatur finishes 11th.
She ran a 2:07.
That's impressive. Addison Bristow from Canyon. All right, go to the 5A girls 800. Hip numbers. Marley Buck from Centennial is number 1. Ava Dennis from El Paso Chapin, number 2. Zanasia Harris, the number 7 runner in Texas in Class 5A, is Zanasia Harris, is from Coronado. Lane 4, or hip number 4, Kinley Davis from Amarillo. Catherine Evans from Burleson. Rebecca Duran from Chapin. Ryan Dougherty from Joshua, hip number 7. Aaliyah Williams from Brewer, number 8. Liliana Hargis is hip number 9. Sierra Cornell from Amarillo, number 10. Zoe Van from Abilene High, 11. Michael Murray from Aledo and Sophia Brandenburg from Aledo in 12 and 13. El Paso Hanks Elizabeth Iberi is number 14. Isabel Bali from El Paso Americas, 15. And Miley Gomez from Grapevine, number 16. That is your starting list.
Yeah, based on the times here, Harris and looks like Cornell's run the 2 quickest times, but there's a lot that are right there with them too. Should be a good race.
Cornell has run a 2:14 this year. As they go down the back stretch.
We need those top 3 finishers.
We've got 3 of them in front and going, trying to get the lead is Sophia Brandenburg from Aledo. On the outside there in black.
29. Set back in 2005.
Burleson, Aledo, and then Cornell. Catherine Evans and Sophia Brandenburg lead it after the first lap. Brandenburg will take that first lap with a split of 104.
64. Here we go, Bex. Relax. Come on, stay relaxed. Let's go. Michael, let's go, girl.
Still a 3-man race. Cornell coming on the outside from Amarillo. Evans from Burleson. And Brandenburg from Aledo. Around the final curve. Burleson. Now Cornell on the outside trying to make a case for it. Brandenburg got trapped on the inside, and now she's fallen behind. Cornell has taken the lead. Sierra Cornell. And now Evans trying to pass on the outside at the line. What a finish. .213.33. Unofficially. .213.36. That bettered her time from the area meet.
They have them both at 2:13:36.
They'll go to the 100s. So it's pretty impressive finish there. Cornell from Amarillo, they have finishing first. Evans from Burleson finishing second. 2:13:36, basically a dead heat. And then Brandenburg from Aledo. Top two finishers automatically qualify for the state meet in Austin. And the third place finisher will have to wait until all the regions have turned in their times, and then the top third place of the state will get that wild card spot
In third place, 220,
at the state meet.
Rebecca Delgado from Brown Ridge.
All right, 4A boys 800.
19,
Hip numbers, Quincy McLean from Burke Burnett is number 1. Ryan Generett from Levelland, number 2. San Elizario's Antonio Areola is hip number 3. He's the number 2 runner in 4A. Being introduced to the crowd, Barrett Barner from Brock is number 12 in the state. He's in lane 4. Ronald King from Eastern Hills, hip number 5. Alexander Cano from San Eli is in lane 6. Josh Galvan from Monahans, hip number 7. Joseph Simmons from Southwest, hip number 8.
4A division boys.
Saul Hernandez from Levelland, hip number 9. Don Diego Rios from Big Spring, number 10. Eric Arredondo from El Paso Austin, number 11. Ethan LeBou from Canyon, number 12. Canyon's Dason Smith, number 13. Reagan from Decatur, Reese Reagan, hip number 14. Rodrigo Martinez from Isleta, and Dominic San Miguel from Canyon is on the far outside. Fair start for the 4A boys, 800. Out early. Monahans, number 7, Josh Galvan. Monahans is first, and then looks like that's going to be Southwest, Fort Worth Southwest, Joseph Simmons, as they come in front of the stands for the first time.
Record in the boys, 800.
Barrett Barner from Brock moving into second after the first lap. 56-second split for the first lap.
Looks like that first group of about six guys is starting to separate a little bit.
They've got a battle going there up front. Monahans has been taken over. And it's going to be hip number 2, Ryan Generett from Levelland, leads after the first 600 meters. Levelland. Don Diego Rios from Big Spring is going to take the lead. Antonio Areola from San Elizario in third, now moving to second as they come across. Rios from Big Spring wins it by 4/10. Areola from San Eli second, and Jenneret from Levelland third. McLean from Burke is fourth. Man, Monahan's Josh Galvan led this race for 550 meters. Levelland Hernandez will get fifth.
Three finishers, 5A Division Girls 800.
It's always fun to watch as they pick up their pace on a regional Saturday, because looking at this, there was only one runner, I believe, that was sub-2 this year coming into this, and 4 guys lead the pack there at sub-2. That's great for them. Good runs.
358, Catherine Evans from Burleson. First place, 213, 351, Sierra Cornell from Amarillo.
Hip numbers for the 5A boys, 800 meters. John Alcantar from Abilene High, hip number 1. Diego Romero, number 2 from Americas. Eduardo Estrada, number 5 in the state, is hip number 3 from Mansfield Summit. Isaiah Cox from Birdville, number 4. Jonas Mata from Fort Worth Polytech, hip number 5. Braylon Kinsey from Wichita Falls Memorial, hip number 6. George Garcia from Grapevine, hip number 7. Logan Clayton from Monterey is number 8. Jacob Yeager from El Paso Burgess, number 9. Lubbock Cooper's William Escobar, number 10. Nolan Worth is hip number 11. Alden Armour from Denton is number 12. Kobe Hesterman from Fossil Ridge, number 13. Number 14 is Malin Arnoldson. He's the number 2 runner in the state in Class 5A. He ran a 153.97 back in district from El Paso Burgess. Braulio Torres from Chapin, and Nico Flores, hip number 16, as they come across our camera in the back side. And that's going to be Monterey and Denton out front.
For the 5A Division Boys 800. Record 150.72.
Denton, Monterey, Fossil Ridge, Lubbock Cooper, the jerseys up front. Now some purple making their way up there. One minute on the bell lap.
Some people on the broadcast may have heard the in-stadium announcer announce the record on this race. The meet record's 1:50, which is
that's safe today.
That's quick.
Burgess, the 2 on the inside from El Paso. Number 2 in the state is hip number 14. Malin Arnoldson. He ran a 153.97 at district. Foot race between Burgess and Summit. Summit's going to win it. Burgess second and third. Mansfield Summit 155.59 wins it. Arnoldson from Burgess wins second. His teammate Jacob Yeager will finish third.
Coaches help us with the hurdles. At the award stand, here are the top 3 finishers, 4A division, boys 800. In third place, 159.98, Quincy McLean from Burke Burnett. In second place, 159.15, Ryan Generay from Levelland. Finishing in first place, 158.23, Don Diego Rios from Big Spring. Our next running event, 4A division girls, 100-meter hurdles. 4A girls, 100-meter hurdles.
All right, here's the lane assignments for the 4A girls 100-meter hurdles. Gentry Colson, Brownwood, lane 1. Brooklyn Kinsey, Canyon, lane 2. Megan Wiggins from Snyder, lane 3. Crumbs, Caitlin Marquise, lane 4. Kalani Lawson, lane 5. Kaylee Harwell, a freshman, in lane 6. Austin Flowers from Seminole, lane 7. And Ashlyn Alpers from Burke in lane 8. Kalani Lawson, the favorite in this event, has not had a good weekend here yet, but flying over the 9th and 10th hurdles, she will qualify to the state meet to go defend her state championship from last year.
And she
just fell down again.
Yeah. She's struggling with some, I don't want to speculate, but it almost seems like some kind of injury because.
Did you see she fell over the, I think, second hurdle in a test run there, and 14.7, over a second off of her pace. She turned in a time of 13:06.
Aaron Dewson from El Paso Burgess. Finishing in first
Number
place,
14 in the United States when she's healthy, and right now it's hard to think she is. She was the second leg of the 4x1 yesterday for Dunbar and pulled up halfway through that. How she even gets through this heat is amazing, much less win it in a 14-7. Nothing to turn your nose up about, but to her, that's over a second off of what she can do. So hopefully she can get well and go down to Austin and defend her state championship. Second place, Crum, Caitlin Marquise.
Yeah, it almost looks like she was dragging that leg over those hurdles, that right leg, as she had almost like some kind of wrap over it. So, you know, she's
I don't remember her having that yesterday.
She's dealing with something, but it's pretty amazing to be dealing with it and still put up a good time and you know, win the heat today. Win the final.
Lane assignments for the 5A girls 100-meter hurdles. Ava Marcosi will be in lane 1. Bailey Boyd will be in lane 2. Lane 3, Willow Cornell from Amarillo High. Lane 4 it is going to be Kaylin Head from Denton Ryan, Reagan Williams from Timberview in lane 5, Paladuro Jaslyn Brown in lane 6, Monterey's Mizia Lewis in lane 7, and Savannah Thompson from Alito will be in lane 8. Top qualifying time is going to be Denton Ryan, lane 4, at 13:88 from Kaylin Head.
Hernandez from Level Land, please report back to the award stand. Saul Hernandez from Level Land. Boys coach from Level Land, please report back to the award stand. Saul Hernandez from Level Land.
They calling a Level Land runner back from the 800.
Yeah,
there was 2 Level Land Lobos on the award stand, but that is not what they announced in the stadium. They announced, was it Burt Burnett in third?
Burt Burnett in third. I think his name is Quincy. I'll get his last name, but they did announce him in the stadium as finishing third. We had him as finishing fourth, so there was something.
Quincy McLean.
And he's a freshman out of Burt Burnett. We got the privilege of watching him run at district and at area.
They're going to hold the track while they make sure everything is squared away before they move on. They called the Level Land runner back and the Level Land coach.
100-meter hurdles, 5A girls, 100 hurdles.
And the Level Land coach making his way out to talk to the meet director at midfield. All right, here we go. 5A girls, 100-meter hurdles. Lane 4, Kaylin Head. Lane 5, Williams from Timberview. Head in the lead past the midway mark. Timberview in lane 5. That's Williams, and they finish 1-2.
Yeah, that was
as expected.
Clean. Yeah, that was very clean.
14:11 is Kaylin Head's official time. Reagan Williams, a 14:30, improves yesterday's mark by over 0.4 of a second. Looked like maybe Boyd from Timberview will get third, a 14:70. She ran a 15:58 yesterday in the prelims.
Oh, that's a big chunk to take off for such a short race.
And we go to the 4A boys 100-meter hurdles. Here's your lane assignments.
Just need to be adjusted for the 110 highs. 110
Kason
highs,
Brooks
4A, then 5A will be our next running event.
from Midland
Then we will have
Greenwood
the 100-meter dash.
is in lane 1. Andon Masterfield from Graham will be in lane 2. Reese Waddell from Dumas in lane 3. Isaac Dominguez, Hereford, lane 4. Trey Jones from Brownwood in lane 5. He's the number 20 man in Class 4A. Cody Mayu from Randall is in lane 6. Emmanuel Navarrete from Clint, lane 7. Ethan Threets from
The awards table
Big
here,
Spring is in
top
lane
three
8.
finishers, 4A Division Girls 100-meter hurdles. Finishing in third place, 15-19, Ashlyn Alpers from Burke Burnett. Second place, 15-07, Caitlin Marquise from Crum. And in first place, 14-76, Kalani Lawson from Fort Worth Dunbar.
Dunbar, Kalani Lawson. Good to see her get a gold medal. She got one last year here, but she has had some bad luck in this stadium. She did not run the 200 yesterday, as she had one of the top times in the state, so that one got away from her. She tried to warm up this morning for the long jump, and that did not go good, and she did not jump this morning, so that, another possible gold medal, got away from her. I told the story yesterday, but her freshman year, she was running the 300-meter hurdles, and in the prelims, she was probably second or third in the meet. In the prelims, she tripped over hurdle number 6 and maybe hurdle number 7 and ended up finishing 9th and missing the finals, and I was told that was the last time she ever ran that race. If she would have qualified for the finals the next day, she would have had another state appearance. So possible 4 gold medals that she could have got here in Lubbock this week. Is going to finish with at least 1. I don't know if Dunbar has any more relays left. They had the number 1 4x1 relay, and it was eliminated yesterday when Lawson had to pull up on that second leg.
They are still in the 4x2 for
Okay,
sure.
Okay, well, maybe she'll be in that. Outstanding athlete, Kalani Lawson from Fort Worth Dunbar, and heard she's going to Florida State. And I wish her the best of luck. Here's the 4A boys, 110 high hurdles. Top qualifying time, Hereford in lane 4, and hurdles hitting the track now. Hereford will take the lead, and too close to call between Brooks and Waddell and Trey Jones. Dominguez wins it. Brooks from Midland Greenwood gets second place. Dumas by 1/100th of a second will get third. And then Jones from Brownwood,
And now at the awards
15:02.
stand, here are the top 3 finishers, 5A Division
What a finish
Girls
there
100-meter hurdles.
for the
In
4A
first
boys
place,
110s.
1470, Bailey Boyd.
Isaac Dominguez, the number 9 time in the state of Texas, a 14:35 that he ran in district.
1430, Reagan Williams from Mansfield Timberview. And finishing in first
Lane assignments
place,
for the 5A boys 110 high hurdles.
Kaylin Reed.
Logan Jackson from Amarillo is going to be in lane 1. Jordan Tuttle from Colleyville Heritage in lane 2. Kyron Brown from Paladuro in lane 3. Killer Fossil Ridge, Caleb Mundy in lane 4. James Brown from Burleson Centennial, lane 5. Alashon Sheriff from Caprock in lane 6. Vern Blair from Paladuro, lane 7. And Ian Turry from Mansfield Summit will be in lane 8. Five of these runners in the top 20 in the state.
This is the 5A Division
Top
boys
qualifying
110
time,
hurdles. Our next
Caleb
running event
Mundy in
will
lane
be the
4, a
100-meter
14:11.
This is the finals of the 5A Division Boys.
Number 12 right now in Class 5A.
100 next running event.
Kyron Brown and James Brown. James Brown, the number 2 seed, and Kyron Brown, the number 3 seed. The middle 3 lanes, lanes 4, 5, and 3.
Yeah, looking at these times from yesterday, even lanes 2 and 6. I mean, all 5 of those times are very, very close to each other. So this one could be another fun one. It's all about with hurdles. I believe that, you know, especially a quick race like this, it's all about being clean. Who's going to be clean today and have their steps right?
Hereford there in that previous race looked like things might have been getting away from him. Then everybody started hitting hurdles, and he took the lead right about then. All right, here we go. 5A boys. 110 high hurdles. Out quickly, lane 5. James Brown from Centennial. Mondi in lane 4. And Brown in lane 3. And I think it goes 5-3-4 for the win, place, and show.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah. Brown,
At the awards stand,
Brown,
we have your top 3 finishers.
Centennial's Brown, and Paladero's Brown, and then Mondi, who had the top qualifying time, gets
With a
third.
jump of 11 feet 9 inches, Dylan Wyrick from Argyle. Second place, 12 feet, Emma Ralph from Aledo. And in first place, with a jump of 12 feet 3 inches, Peyton Berry from Argyle. Next running event going to be the 4A, then 5A girls 100-meter dash. 100-meter dash. Then the boys 100, and then the wheelchair 100.
All right, they'll clear the hurdles off.
At the award stand, here are the top 3 finishers. 4A Division Boys 110 hurdles. Finishing
We'll go
in third
first now.
place,
It's going to be the 4A girls 100-meter dash.
Reese Waddell from Duluth.
Here's your lane assignments for the 100.
In second
Zoe
place,
Hawthorne from Eagle Mountain will be in lane 1.
Kason Brooks from Greenwood.
Madeline Parks from Stephenville, lane 2.
14,
Number 20 in the state, Marion Copeland from Stephenville in lane 3.
from Hereford.
Number 4 in the state, Trinity Brazil Davis from Fort Worth Dunbar will be in lane 4. Her teammate, Aviana House, the number 17 time in the state, will be in lane 5. Adalia McNeil, the number 19 runner in the girls 100, will be in lane 6. Ryland Newborough from Andrews and Isis Hall from Brownwood in lane 8. Top qualifying time in this heat, or in this race, is Trinity Brazil Davis in 11:98, followed by Marin Copeland at 12:28 and Aviana House at 12:44.
And if I'm not mistaken, the young ladies from Dunbar yesterday won both heats. So it's should be a good little race here.
I think that's, yeah, that's 4 and 5. If you notice, Aviana House won her heat, but was slower than the second place Marin Copeland.
Yeah.
But the way they do it here at the regional meet, the winner of each heat get the automatic bid. That's why House is in lane 5 and Copeland is in lane 3.
Division Girls 100.
All right, here's they'll call them do the track. Yesterday they made the girls get out of their blocks 3 different times for, I think, taking too long. Right now you got a +8 on the wind. Copeland lane 3. Trinity Brazil Davis lane 4. Davis and Copeland. Davis will win it. Stephenville's Marin Copeland finishes second.
That lines up right with the times from yesterday almost in the order there.
It's going to be Brazil Davis from Fort Worth Dunbar. She will be the winner when they put it up, and then Marin Copeland, the senior from Stephenville, will finish second.
At the award stand, here are the top 3 finishers in the 5A division.
A 12.20 for Copeland, a 12.04, just off the pace of yesterday's prelim run for Davis, but improving by almost a tenth of a second is Marin Copeland.
And in first place, 14-19, James Brown from Burleson Centennial.
Lane assignments for the 5A girls 100-meter dash. Jayla Harris will be in lane 1 from Arlington Heights. Brooke Middleton from Timberview in lane 2. Skyfields, Timberview, lane 3. Lauren Gardner from El Paso Chapin will be in lane 4. She's the number 17 sprinter in the state in class 5A. Micah Tucker from Burleson Centennial, the number 9 sprinter. She ran an 11.67 at the district meet. Addison Smith from Aledo. Safina Stanley from Tascosa, and El Paso El Dorado's Sydney Brown. Top qualifying time is going to be in lane 4. Lauren Gardner from Chapin with an 11.85. Skyfields in lane 3 with a 12.10.
Division Girls 100, 5A Girls 100.
Lane 5, Micah Tucker. Lane 1, Jayla Harris on the inside from Arlington Heights. 11.68. Arlington Heights in lane 1 is going to be real close. Chapin does win it. Arlington Heights second. El Paso Chapin the winner, Lauren Gardner.
At the award stand, here are the top 3 finishers in the
Fields will
4A
get third,
division.
11.97.
In third place, 12.31.
And she'll get fourth.
House from
Now they
Fort
put
Worth
Tucker up
Dunbar.
there at the.
Second
That's,
place,
I thought so.
12.20.
I said I thought, oh, I misspoke, but I knew I could count to lane 5. Tucker did win at 11:74. Harris from Arlington Heights is second. And so Lauren Gardner from Chapin did not get the automatic bid to Austin.
You know, as advanced as we are with technology, sometimes sometimes there's a glitch.
Well, they're looking at a camera that has a photo finish, and the guys next to us in the glass booth are timing it up. And be nice if we could get a copy of that, but might be opening up. Lane assignments for the 5A boys, 100 meters. Lamar Leggins from Birdville in lane 1. Jaden Kennedy from Fossil Ridge in lane 2.
Nope. This is 4A first.
That's what I said. 4A boys. Thank you. Salvador Duarte, the 4th from El Paso. Austin will be in lane 1. Phoenix Sherwood from Randall in lane 2. Caden Miller from Randall in lane 3. Cedric Ross, Lubbock Estacado from lane 4. Gavin McPherson from Lubbock Cooper Liberty in lane 5. Jake Milligan from Decatur in lane 6. Lane 7, Eduardo Hernandez from Fort Stockton and Caden Brooks from Dunbar in lane 8. Caden Miller from Randall in lane 3 has the top time in the state. He ran at district at 10.25. Jake Milligan ran a 10.62 at the area meet. He sits number 8 in the state. Compare all the times you want to, but now you're in a common start and a common finish on the same track on the same day. Cedric Ross Estacado with the early lead. Lane 2, Phoenix Sherwood from Randall. Ross from Estacado with a 10.58 is the winner. Never a question of it either. He's going to get to the medal stand in a hurry. Cedric Ross, number 12 in the state, a 10.67 was his best coming in. He knocks a 1/10 of a second off of that. Sherwood from Randall, and it looked like Miller might have pulled up towards the end, not injured, I don't think. Maybe just saying, well, I'm out of this race. I'm saving my energy for the relays or something.
Third place, 11.97, Sky Fields from Mansfield Timberview. Second
Yeah,
place,
I think Ross finished there and sprinted over there to the to the medal stand from the finish line.
finishing in first place,
Great excitement, fun to see.
74, Micah Tucker from Burleson.
You start to see a lot of athletes coming onto the field now for the 4x2, which is the next race.
And now this is your 5A Division Boys 100. 5A Boys 100.
We'll have one last 100 here with the 5A boys.
Here's your lane assignments for the 5A boys 100. Lamar Leggins, Birdville, Jaden Kennedy, Fossil Ridge, Denton Ryan's Brian Simmons, Justin Stewart from Arlington Heights, Alan Gant from Coronado, Tyler Madison from Timberview, Jadarius Sanders from El Dorado, and Logan Eubanks from Arlington Heights.
Time to beat here is a 10.15.
Lane 4, Justin Stewart, top qualifying time. Lane 5, Alan Gant from Coronado. Lane 4, Justin Stewart. Lane 2, Jaden Kennedy.
That is an unofficial 10.22. That is quick.
10.25 is what they put on the board now officially. Fossil Ridge came in there. Where did he come from? Lane 2. That's who was lane 2. And Timberview, I thought Gant from Coronado was in the top 3. I bet they add him. He did weaken in the final 10 or 15 meters. Yeah, now they put him at 3rd.
Oh, now he's moved to 2nd.
Now, okay. 10:37. All right, now we're going to go to the 7A. That's what they mark it as. 100-meter wheelchair. And it looks like they might, instead of Randall's Taylor Brandt going in a heat by herself, I think they're going to combine and have all 5. Taylor Brandt from Randall, and then Avery Ferguson from Pampa, Marcus Cano, Tristan West, and Isaac Montoya. Marcus Cano, River Oaks Castleberry, a senior. It looks like Caprock's Tristan West will win it. We'll see them again at the 400.
First table, we have the top 3 finishers, 4A division boys 100.
Here's the results from that. West, yep, from Caprock, 17-17.
From Lubbock Cooper. Second place, 1070, Phoenix Sherwood from Randall.
So now we'll go to the 4x2. This will be some good watching here.
1058, Cedric Ross from Estacado.
Cedric Ross, Estacado getting his medal down on the award stand. Next year we need to have a fixed camera right there on the award stand, don't we? If only we had 5 more people. So the 4x2 will have a huge stagger at the start. Lane 1 will start at the common start and finish line. Lane 8 will start probably 3/4 of the way around the curve.
It's going to be the 400-meter dash.
And they will be spread out until we
relay.
get to about the
4A
200
division
mark.
girls,
All right, here's the lane assignments for the 4A girls 4x2.
Now at the award stand, here are the top 3
Canyon
finishers.
Randall will be in lane 1, Midland Greenwood in lane 2, Dunbar will be running in lane 3, Brownwood will be the favorite running in lane 4, almost over 3 seconds faster than the field yesterday. Stephenville will be in lane 5, Decatur in lane 6,
Alan Gant from
Lubbock Cooper Liberty in lane 7, and Lubbock Estacado is going to be in lane 8 here in the 4x2.
Finishing in first place, 1025, Justin Stewart from Fort Worth, Arlington.
Brownwood, the number 3 team in the state of Texas with the 140.34 before coming into yesterday's 140.16, so they might have moved up. Dunbar, number 20, Andrews was number 17. They did not qualify for today's final. And then Lubbock Cooper Liberty, number 18.
It'll be interesting. We've kind of talked about Dunbar a couple different times on some of their sprinters. It'll be interesting to see what kind of what their setup is on who they're missing and who may be injured. Kind of see who's going to run this 4x2 for them.
Dunbar will be in lane 3. Let's see. I don't see her down at this side. She's not the second leg, and I don't see her hanging out.
And now your lane assignments.
Talking about Kalani Lawson.
4x200. Randall's going to be in lane 1. Greenwood in 2. Fort Worth Dunbar is going to be in lane 3.
Okay.
Your top qualifier, 140.16 yesterday, goes to Brownwood.
Brownwood will be in lane 4. They have been impressive. If they can get the baton around, you've got to think they will win this easily. Second place time, Dunbar 143.59. Third place, Decatur 143.71, and Stephenville 144.47. But Stephenville, I think, changed their roster up for the 4x2. They had a girl that Marin Copeland, who got second in the 100. She was supposed to run the 200 yesterday and scratched. And I see her
we ready on the exchange
over there. She should be the anchor leg for Stephenville. And Stephenville's not the only team that knows that little trick either, just in case you're wondering. It is surprising that you don't have a canyon on the track here for this race. Normally the Canyon Lady Eagles are all over.
We're ready on both exchanges. Quiet at the starting line, please.
Brownwood lane 4, Dunbar lane 3, Stephenville lane 5, Decatur lane 6. First and third legs will be running into a headwind once they get around the curve.
Set.
Looks pretty even between those 4 that we talked about as favorites to start with.
It is sometimes hard to tell who's winning because lane 8 is way out in front, but not necessarily because they're winning the race. And the outside lane 8, that's Lubbock Estacado, but Brownwood in lane 4. Lane 6 and 7, Decatur and Liberty have almost made up the stagger on lane 8, so Brownwood will hand off first. Brownwood hands it off. Decatur, then Stephenville.
138 back in 2012. Brownwood ran a 140 yesterday. They're in lane 4.
Brownwood is making this race not very interesting.
We might have a good little fight though here for this secondary spot.
Decatur and Stephenville are going to fight it out for second and third. Decatur is going to hand off, and Stephenville might have handed off just ahead of them. They give it to Marin Copeland. Who's the anchor? Is this Hope Escobar?
This is Hope Escobar.
Escobar is Brownwood in lane 4. They're going to win it. Escobar in lane 6. She's going to have to fight off Marin Copeland in lane 5 from Stephenville. Coming in lane 3 is Fort Worth Dunbar. And Decatur is going to get second place behind Brownwood. So Decatur girls have now qualified both of the relays today that have run, the 4x1 and the 4x2, and they've still got the 4x4 coming. Brownwood, a 1:39.73, takes a second off of their time from yesterday.
Yeah, it looks like Decatur also running about a second quicker today also.
Off the pace, Crowley had the regional meet record of 1:38.46 back in 2012, so a second off of that. 5A girls 4x2.
Direct your attention to the award stand. Here are the top three finishers in the
Lane assignments.
boys 100-meter wheelchair division. In third place,
It's going to be Argyle in lane 1, Mansfield Timberview in lane 2, Coronado in lane 3, El Paso Chapin in lane 4, Burleson in lane 5, Amarillo lane 6, Chisholm Trail in lane 7, and Abilene Wiley in lane 8.
17-17, Tristan West from Amarillo Caprock.
Fastest qualifying time from yesterday is El Paso Chapin. They're the number 6 team in Class 5A. They ran a 1:39.11 at earlier in the year.
Yeah, ran a 1:39.38 yesterday too, so that's...
Burleson will be the number 2 seed, and they'll be running out of lane 5. Coronado, the 3 seed, in lane 3.
Which I believe they were in different heats yesterday, but Burleson ran a 1:40, so pretty tight times for both of them.
Meet moving along a lot smoother today.
Yeah, meet record time to watch here is 1:36. It was done in 2013 by Cedar Hill.
Once again, if you would direct your attention to the award stand, here's your top finisher in the girls division, 100-meter wheelchair division. Finishing in first place, 22:40, Talia Brandt from Randall.
While we have a minute, don't forget to let us know in the chat or in the comments if you're on Facebook Live or on YouTube where you're listening, watching from, who you're watching for, what team you're rooting for, who's going to win the 4x4 girls relay here in a little while.
That is the hot question.
Flags here at Lowry are still sticking straight out. A good 20-mile-an-hour wind coming from the north.
We're ready on the far exchange. White at the starting line, please.
Here's a 5A girls 4x2. El Paso Chapin in lane 4. Burleson in lane 5.
On your marks.
It's time for chance for Chapin to kind of come back from their 4x1 relay where they did drop the baton. So let's
Well,
wish 'em
hopefully
luck
that
here.
girl's not the one that was injured. Hopefully she's not. Hopefully she's back and healthy, or hopefully they had somebody that can run
Set.
her leg. Let the getaway clean. Lane 5, Burleson. Burleson, and in lane 3, Coronado. It's going to be lane 5, Burleson with an early lead. Out in lane 7, that is Chisholm Trail. Can't count out lane 4, El Paso Chapin just yet.
It's like clean handoffs there.
All right, Burleson. And then I think, is that Chapin in 4?
I believe so.
Burleson will hand off to the anchor leg, and now Chapin. Burleson commanding lead, Chapin in lane 4, and that commanding lead is disappearing. Chapin in lane 4, Burleson in lane 5. Burleson is going to hold on to win it.
It was a great last leg there.
$139.76 is going to be the official time for the Burleson Lady Elks. El Paso Chapin 140.34. Amarillo or Americas, excuse me, third. No, it's Amarillo. Lubbock Coronado fourth. Lane assignments for the 4A boys, 4x2. West Plains in lane 1, Decatur in lane 2, Stephenville in lane 3,
At the awards table here, the
Dumas
top
in lane
three
4,
teams,
Estacado lane 5,
4A
Lubbock
division
Cooper
boys,
Liberty lane
4x200.
6, San Angelo Lakeview lane
In
7,
third place,
Springtown in lane 8.
148.70.
Fastest qualifying time is
From
Dumas
Stephenville.
with a 128.55.
Second place, 142.82. The team from Decatur. And in first place,
It'll be good to watch here too from lanes 2
the team
through
from
6.
Brownwood.
They were all separated by just about a second. So this should have quite a few teams in it.
Decatur Lady Eagles getting their medals. Hope Escobar. Who are the other ones there, Justin? Can you see that good?
Yeah. So that is, I believe, Jaden Kelly, Jaden Oates, Hope Escobar, and Trinity Gilbreth, I believe.
Part of the state champion basketball team. Hope Escobar was part of the state champion volleyball team too, I think.
Yeah, Jaden Oates is part of that
And
basketball
now your
group
lane
also.
That's right, yeah.
For the 4A division boys, 4x200.
All right.
West Plains is going to be
We
in
let's
Decatur
get
lane
back on this
2.
4A boys
Estacada's
now.
going to be in lane 3. Top qualifying time, 128.55, goes to Dumas. They're going to be in lane 4. Stephenville in lane 5. Lubbock Cooper Liberty is going to be in 6. Lakeview in 7. Springtown lane 8. Exchange judge, are you ready?
Hopefully you can read the screen and see the lane numbers next to.
We're ready on both exchanges.
I think I
Right
read
at the
them wrong.
starting line, please.
Anyway. Estacado is going to be in lane 3.
Yeah, lane 3 Dumas and lane 4
Yeah.
Stephenville lane 5.
Yeah, I had them backwards there.
That's
On your
okay.
mark.
All right, Estacado in blue, they're in lane 3. Dumas in lane
Lane 4.
4.
Yeah, lane 4. Stephenville lane 5. Yep.
Regional record here set also in 2012, 126.11 from Fort Worth Southwest. Dumas in white, they're in lane 4.
Set.
Coronado girls, please report.
Lane
to
7
the
running
awards
well,
center.
that's
Coronado
Lakeview.
Girls, 4x200, please report to the awards area.
They've made up the stagger on the outside lane, Springtown. Lakeview and Springtown putting on a show in the outside lanes. Lane 6 is Liberty, but there is Dumas in lane 4. I think they're going to be handing off first. Dumas will hand the baton, then Springtown, Lakeview, and What do you got, Justin? Still Dumas? Lane 5 trying to
Looks
get
like
back
lane
in there. That's
6.
Stephenville.
Yeah, it looks like Stephenville.
Going to the anchor leg.
Dumas did hand off first there.
Burleson girls coach, please.
Dumas coming in. Lane 2 is Decatur.
Girls coach.
Lane 5 is
50-yard line.
Stephenville. Dumas, Decatur, Stephenville. It's going to be a photo finish at the line for second and third. Stephenville, I think, got second. Dumas wins it 128-13.
Yep.
Stephenville does get through 128-93. And Estacado third, 129. Not Decatur.
Yeah, Decatur was in lane 2, yeah.
Decatur fifth there. So there's your final times on the screen. So Dumas will get their 4x2 to Austin. And later on today, Dumas will be trying to get their 4x4 to Austin for the 5th consecutive year. Cold front blowing in like this doesn't affect people from Dumas, I don't think. I think they're used to, I mean, up in this panhandle, used to late little cold spells like this. While some of us in the other part of the state might have 75-degree weather, there's been times this spring where Dumas might have had snow on the ground.
Yeah, it's definitely a change from yesterday, so it's good to see. You know, a lot of these times and a lot of the teams that were favorites coming in or that have, you know, ran well yesterday in the prelims, have kind of stayed together today and run well today too so far.
Lane assignments for the 5A boys, 4x2, Tascosa lane 1, Mansfield Timberview in lane 2, Burleson Centennial in lane 3, Denton Ryan in lane 4, Arlington Seguin in lane 5, North Richland Hills Richland in lane 6, Lubbock Cooper in lane 7, and Granbury is in lane 8. 6 teams in the top 20 were here this weekend. Some of them did not even qualify for this final. But Arlington Seguin, number 12, Mansfield Timberview, number 4, Centennial, number 10 in the state. Denton Ryan, number 15. They ran that back on March 14th, and North Richland Hills, number 7. Top qualifying time in this race is going to be in lane 4. Denton Ryan, a 126.06.
And meet record on this is 124.24, set in 2014 by DeSoto. So I would this one could be within reach. It's close enough with these times, and as many teams have posted the 126 so far.
I think you've got lanes 4, 3, and 6. That's where you're going to be looking.
Set.
Going into the first exchange. Who's going to hand off first? Looks like lane 6, North Richland Hills, Richland. That's who's in lane 6. Granbury's in lane 8. Lane 2, Mansfield Timberview.
And their handoff based on the stagger was actually pretty close to everybody else's, even though they seem like they're behind.
2, 3, 4, 6.
Comes
lane 2, Mansfield Timberview, I think would have the lead.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
2 and 3, they're going to hand off at the same time. Timberview and Centennial.
I believe that's
Lane 2 is Timberview. Lane 4 is Denton Ryan. Trying to come up there, lane 3 is Centennial. Denton Ryan will come from behind and win it. Mansfield Timberview second. Centennial looks to be third.
I believe North Richland Hills, Richland would be fourth, yes.
1:26:17 is the time. A couple of seconds off of DeSoto from 2014. All right, that finishes our 4x2s. Go now to the 4A girls 400 meters.
You might want to stay tuned for this one too. I have a feeling this race is pretty loaded, this girls 400.
Lane assignments for the girls 400. Ava Nix from Brock is in lane 1. Reese Wilson is in lane 2 from Canyon. Maya Conrad from Decatur in lane 3. Jordan Talley from Eastern Hills in lane 4. Cambry Crow from Seminole is in lane 5. Lily Rodriguez from Snyder in lane 6. Simona Talley from Eastern Hills in lane 7. And Kinsley Battencourt from West Plains is in lane 8. Top qualifying time, Jordan Talley in lane 4 with a 58:34. Second fastest time is Maya Conrad from Decatur, a 58:40. Just 6/100ths back of Talley. There's two Tallies, two sisters in this race from Eastern Hills. Yeah, 6 of these girls in the top 20 of the state. Jordan Talley, number 4. Bryce, nope, she didn't make it. Maya Conrad, number 15 mark from district. Simona Talley, the number 12 mark in the state that she ran at district, at 57:34. Lily Rodriguez, number 19. Cambry Crow from Seminole, number 14. When you look at 4A times from around the state, Brock is going to be in lane 1 with the yellow tops and the blue bottoms.
And here are the top 3 finishing teams in the 4A boys 4x200. Finishing in third place, 1:29:06, the team from Estacado. In second place, 1:28:93, the team from Stephenville. And in first place, 1:28:15, the team from Dumas. This is the 4A Division Girls 400 meter dash. 4A Girls 400.
For a girls 400 meters.
Here's your point standings, 4A Girls Division through the 4x200. First place, Brownwood, 75 points.
Lane
Second
4, Jordan
place,
Talley.
Stephenville, 47
Lane 3,
points. Third place,
Cambry Crow
42
from
points.
Seminole.
Fourth place,
Running good.
Fort Worth Dunbar, 40 points.
No, Crow's actually going to be in lane 5, running.
Is
She's
she?
right there with
Oh,
Talley.
there she is, yep.
I think that's Conrad from Decatur in lane 3.
You're right. I was looking at the wrong list. Talley, lane 4. Conrad, lane 3. Conrad trying to take the lead.
This is going to be close.
Out of gas, but I think Conrad's going to get her at the line. 57:94. Unofficially, the official time is going to be put up on the screen 58.01. Jordan Talley just
58.02.
got her by
for Colorado.
1/100th of a second.
That looks very familiar to the area race that they had last week.
Well, they did have the same area race, didn't they?
We
Yeah.
need the Springtown boys
By
coach,
1/100.
please report to the
Seminoles
50-yard line. Springtown
Cambry Crow is going to
boys
finish
coach,
third.
please meet with
Eastern
the
Hills
referee
Tally
at the 50-yard
is
line.
fourth. The other Tally out, Simona Tally.
So Wilson from Canyon in fifth.
Nix from Brock will finish sixth. Rodriguez, Snyder, and Battencourt from West Plains will round out the top in Region 1. Lane
At the
assignments
awards
for
stand,
the
here are
5A
top three
girls
finishing
400
teams.
meters.
5A Division boys 4x200. In third place,
In lane 1, it's going to be Aaliyah Williams from Fort Worth Brewer.
team from Burleson
Lane 2 is
Video.
Blair Mosley from Argyle.
Second place, 126.30,
Lane 3, Zanaya Christian from
Mansfield
Denton.
Timberview.
Lane 4,
And in first place,
Kara Evans from
126.17, the team from Denton Ryan.
Burleson, as she comes in with the number 8 time in Class 5A. Nia Trammell from Fort Worth Wyatt, number 2 in the state. Sierra Cornell from Amarillo in lane 6. Safina Stanley
Here is a
from
partial
Tascosa in lane
point
7.
standing
Veronica
in the
Sarowich
4A boys
from Lubbock
division
High will be in lane
through
8.
the 4x200. In first place, Stephenville, 70 points. Second place, Randall and Lubbock Estacado, 38 points. Fourth
Stephen,
place, Canyon and Lubbock Cooper Liberty, 33, and Canyon with 33.
Stephenville boys, you hear that on the loudspeaker? Over 70 points, almost has double the amount of second and third place.
5A Division Girls 400. 5A Girls 400.
Top qualifying time is going to be Kara Evans Burleson in lane 4. But keep your eyes on lane 5. Trammell from Fort Worth Wyatt.
Trammell's already made up almost 2 staggers already through that first turn.
She has already passed 6, 7, and 8. Trammell is in lane 6. No, in lane 5. Hold on, where's these binoculars at?
Yeah, Evans is in lane 4. Looks to be in second right now as they come through the last turn.
Yep, this is Wyatt in lane 5. Burleson lane 4. Denton in lane 3 trying to make a move. Zanaya Christian in third trying to move into second over Evans, but Nia Trammell in lane 5 wins it, and going down 5 meters before the finish line is Kara Evans, and she's still down. Now she's going to roll over as the race has finished. And quickly out there, looks like a coach maybe from Burleson. Evans is laying in lane 4. Now they're going to help her up. She is out of gas.
Here is a
What a
partial
battle down the
point
stretch
standings
there.
In the 5A boys division through the 4x200.
They're going to help her off the track.
Mansfield Timberview.
Going to be carried off the
46
track.
points. Second place, Denton Ryan, 44 points. Third place,
Here's your lane assignments for the 4A boys,
North
400
Richland
meters.
Hills, 30 points.
Raider Harvey from Andrews in lane 1. Rodrigo Martinez lane 2. Alonzo Rodriguez Isleta in lane 3. Baylor West of Canyon in lane 4. Emmett Stewart Canyon lane 5. Kaysen Brooks of Greenwood in lane 6. Ryan Gafford lane 7 from Stephenville. And Pierce Fioroni from Liberty is in lane
Finishing in
8.
third place, 58
Called several of these names
Cambridge Crow
on the
from
football
Seminole.
field.
Second place,
And on the basketball court,
58-02,
Pierce Fioroni, an
Maya
outstanding
Conrad
basketball player
from
for
Decatur.
Lubbock Cooper Liberty. Ryan Gafford
5801.
is going to be running against one of his former teammates. Ryan Gafford from Stephenville, but used to live in Andrews, running against Raider Harvey, who plays football for the Mustangs. There's a 4A boys, 400 meters. Baylor West in lane 4. Emmett Stewart from Canyon in lane 5. Lane 1, Raider Harvey has made up the stagger. Both Canyon runners out front. Baylor West and Emmett Stewart first and second, giving chase in lane 2, Rodrigo Martinez, but I think it's going to be a little too late. He makes it interesting at the finish, but Canyon is going to sweep the top 2 marks here in the 4A boys 400 meters. 50.02 and a 50.87. It's almost like they might train together.
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that that's probably why they ran so well in the 4x4 yesterday. That does not hurt.
Yeah, we'll see both of those guys again later on this afternoon. Martinez from Isleta finishes 3rd. Brooks from Midland Greenwood did not start. 5A boys 400 now. Lane assignments.
Attention, the awards area.
Jeremiah
Area
Apple
top
from
4
Abilene
finishers
Cooper.
in the 5A
Nigel
boys
Wright
rules
from
400.
Timberview in lane 2.
In
Miguel
third place
Chapa
for
from
time
El Paso El Dorado in lane 3.
Defeated
Javante
Family
McIntyre from Denton in lane 4. Trevor
Second place,
Bollenhorst from Grapevine in lane 5. Kyrie Bonner from El Paso Hanks in lane 6. Lane 7, David Rivas from Cañetillo in lane 7. And on the outside, Blake Moore of Lubbock Cooper in lane 8. Top qualifying time is Javante McIntyre in lane 4.
Now this is the 5A boys 400. 5A boys 400.
You had several in this race. Miguel Chapa is number 4 in the state. You might keep your eyes on him running in lane 3. Bonner from El Paso Hanks, number 8 in the state. He's going to be running in lane 6. Lane 7.
And I think I have Chapa in lane 2 maybe.
Lane 6.
Lanes 2, 4, and 6 look like they've made up their stagger.
Yeah, Alito. We didn't even have Alito on the graphic. That's Trey Warner, lane 6. In lane 4 is Gilmore from Timberview.
Lane 2's Chapa.
And
Looks like
he's going to
win it.
from El Dorado. Chapa wins it right at the end. You have to take my word for it because you couldn't see it on the screen. Chapa wins at 47-88. My apologies. Gilmore in second, Taylor in third.
Next event will be the 400-meter wheelchair division. 400-meter wheelchair division.
Right, here's the 7A wheelchair division, 400 meters. Taylor Brandt from Randall. Tristan West, Avery Ferguson, and Isaac Montoya.
Top three finishers, 4A division, boys 400. Third place, 51-33, Rodrigo Martinez from El Paso, Ysleta. Second place, 50-87, Emmett Stewart from Canyon.
This looks like on the inside,
First place, 50-02,
Caprock.
Baylor West from Canyon.
Tristan West in lane 2. Isaac Montoya from Lubbock High is out in lane 6. A 110.88. Lane 3 is Taylor Brandt from Canyon Randall. And in lane 4, Avery Ferguson from Pampa.
Next event is going to be the 4A division girls 300 hurdles. 4A, then 5A girls, 300 hurdles. Coaches, help us with the hurdles, please.
Here's your lane assignments for the 4A girls 300-meter hurdles. Sydney Winfrey from Canyon will be in lane 1. Caitlin Marquise from Crum will be in lane 2. Kate Tyndall from Brownwood in lane 3. Tanera Gray from Randall in lane 4. Brooklyn Kinsey in lane 5 from Canyon. Kara Heckler from Crum in lane 6. Lane 7, Addison Warren from Seminole, and Megan Wiggins from Snyder in lane 8.
And finishing in first place.
4 seniors,
47.88.
5 seniors, a
Miguel
junior,
Chapa
and 2
from El
sophomores
Paso, El Dorado.
going from lane 1 to 8. The 2 youngest are on lane 7 and 8. Top qualifying time yesterday, Tanera Gray with a 44.56. Good enough for the number 3 mark in the state in Class 4A. Also, there in lane 5, Brooklyn Kinsey, the number 10 mark in the state. She ran 44.81 earlier in the year. Turned into 45.85 yesterday. Azaria Ingram, she's from Lake Worth. She did not qualify for today's final. Kate Tyndall in lane 2 ran a 45.39 at her district meet. Now she's in lane 3. Tanera Gray, Kate Tyndall, Brooklyn Kinsey, the top 3 seeds here in the 300-meter hurdles.
It's the 4A girls 300 hurdles.
Tanera Gray yesterday, the 44.56. Looked like she was pacing herself a little bit. Sydney Winfrey from Canyon, out in lane 6. She's had, a couple of years ago, a sister that just dominated this race in Region 1. Tanera Gray, lane 4, be the first one to the first hurdle. Kate Tyndall will be in lane
At the
3.
award stand, we have the top finisher in the girls 400-meter wheelchair.
Tanera Gray stutters at that
Finishing in first
hurdle
place,
there,
134. Talia Brandt from Randall.
but in control. Tyndall in lane 3. Brooklyn Kinsey in lane 5 has ground to make up down the home stretch. Gray leading. Brooklyn Kinsey trying to overtake Kate Tyndall on the last hurdle. It's going to be a close one at the finish. Kinsey reaches. Let's see if she got there. It's going to be Tanera Gray, the champion of this race, a 43.45. Who got second? Kinsey or Tyndall? Too close to call. It's one of those that's going to go down to the 100th of a second.
You can hear the silence in the crowd just waiting for it to
Now
come
at
up
the
on the.
award
A lot of
stand,
pressure on the
board.
people in the booth next to us,
here are the top
making
3
sure they get it
finishers
right.
in the boys 400 wheelchair
Still have not
division.
put it up on the screen.
In third place, 149, Avery Ferguson from Pampa. In second place, 117.
What an
Isaac
effort there
Montoya
by
from Lubbock.
Brooklyn Kinsey from Canyon in the last 70
finishing
meters
first
to close the
place,
gap. She was
setting
well
a new
behind 2 or
record,
3 steps and
110.13.
was able to close.
Tristan West
Not sure if she
from
got
Cap
Kate
Rock.
Tyndall from Brownwood or not. That's who we're waiting to see between Kate Tyndall and Brooklyn Kinsey. Who got the second place? Maybe the timer will make a joke and put somebody else's name up there like they've done a couple of times. Everybody in the stadium just watching. An automatic state berth is hanging in the balance. I think it's going to be in the 44 range, which you would hope would be good enough for a wild card spot for the third place. But, man, you don't want to be in the wild card position and then have to start watching around the state. They still have not posted it.
This was about the time yesterday that we had the timing.
Well, this issue here is because the race was so close. Next year, we need to have another camera in the replay booth and just watching them
Right.
work. Still waiting.
This might be as quiet as it's been here in the stadium all day.
I would think they would hold up the next race until this gets decided. (43-45). Tanera Gray is the winner of the 300-meter hurdles, and now everybody interested to see what happened with second and third. Kate Tyndall gets it, 44.02. Brooklyn Kinsey will finish third. Maybe.
I don't.
44.02, a dead heat. It went down. It'd be nice to know how far down the list they went.
Going through the rest of those,
Next
Heckler
running
from Crum
event,
placing
5A
fourth.
Division Girls
Marquise from
300
Crum
hurdles.
placing fifth.
5A Division Girls
46.69 and
hurdles.
46.88.
(44.017) was Tyndall, and 44.020 was Kinsey. Here's your lane assignments for the 5A girls. Top qualifying time, Kaylin Head running in lane 4. Over the first 3 hurdles with a big lead. Lane 6 at Chandler Graham, Tascosa. Lane 5, Willow Cornell from Amarillo. Kaylin Head out front over the 7th. Cornell is going to finish second. 42.34, unbelievable.
That'll give her the championship in the 100 hurdles and the 300 hurdles.
42.40.
Hurdles need to be adjusted for the 4A boys 300 hurdles. Hurdle adjustments.
There's your other finishers. They'll move the hurdles up just a tad, height-wise, for the boys. We go to the 4A boys 300. Yeah, on that 4A 300-meter hurdles, it was 44.017 and 44.020. That's the difference, 3/100ths of a second.
Like you said, though, that's a pretty quick time too. So there's still some hope
As
there
the
as
award stand,
the
we have
wild
top
card.
30
I would
finishers.
think
4A Division
you would feel
Girls
good about
300
that. I
hurdles.
know a
In
45.3
44.02.
a few years ago was not good enough.
Kinsey Brooklyn from Canyon. Second
Brooklyn
place,
Kinsey.
44.02.
will get her
Kate
third place
Tyndall
medal.
from Brownwood.
Kate Tyndall by
Finishing
3
first
100ths.
place, setting a new regional record, 43:45. Tanera Gray from
Tanera
Brownwood.
Gray, a new regional record. You heard him say over the loudspeaker there. It was for a 300 meters set by Alito in 2014 of 43:65 is where that regional record was set. Lane assignments for the 4A boys 300-meter hurdles. Isaac Rocha from Clint in lane 1. Ethan Threets from Big Spring in lane 2. Brody Nelson from Andrews in lane 3. Dylan Payton from Greenwood in lane 4. Reese Waddell from Dumas in lane 5. Rudy Gomez from El Paso Isleta in lane 6. Andon Masterfield in lane 7 from Graham. And Bryce Barnett from West Plains in lane 8. Top qualifying time, Greenwood in lane 4, 39:44. And he smokes the first hurdle. And the second, right on his steps, is Dylan Payton. Dylan Payton with a huge lead. This not interesting for first, but second's going to be fun to watch. Reese Waddell, lane 5. Rudy Gomez, lane 6. For a chance to go to state, and I think Waddell got him from Dumas.
Yeah, it did look like Waddell.
Nice run there from Rudy Gomez from El Paso Isleta. And he did get him 39:04. Dumas will qualify another one to state. Rocha from Clint finishes 4th, and Big Spring finishes 5th. Lane assignments for the 5A boys 300 meters on the screen. Ian Turry from Mansfield Summit in lane 1. Kyron Brown from Paladuro in lane 2. Lane 3, Devin Payne from Colleyville Heritage. Martise Williams in lane 4 from Brewer. Top qualifying time for him, 38:52. He's the number 4 hurdler in the state. He ran a 37:82 at the end of March. Adam Averett from Alito in lane 5. Roger Ronaldo from Tascosa in lane 6. Jayshawn Williams from Summit in lane 7. And in lane 8, Jeremiah McGilvery from Fort Worth Wyatt.
Please report to the awards area to receive your medals. Chapin, Amarillo, Coronado, teams, 5A division.
Yeah, based on times yesterday, Willis and Everett, they were within
all 4 members, please return
a tenth of
to
a
get your
second of
medals.
each other's time, so both winning their preliminary heats. And they're going to be in lanes
And now this is the
4 and
5A
lane
division
5.
boys 300 hurdles. Next running event will be the 200-meter dash.
The 200-meter dash is coming up next, they say, and it's going to be run right here in front of us today. They ran it the other way yesterday. Fair start.
Everett from Alito out pretty quick there.
He's got a lead. He looks really good over those hurdles. Everett, he'll try to fend them off lanes 4 and 3. And he's got the lead. But coming up is Martise Williams. He erases the lead and takes the lead, and now Everett in danger of losing the second place spot to Devin Payne. Colleyville Heritage sneaks in there, second place. 37. It's going to be 37:53 and a 37:63. Alito was
Here are your top three finishers.
over
in
the first
4A
four
boys
hurdles. First
300
5 hurdles
hurdles.
had the lead.
4A boys,
Averett did.
300 hurdles. In third
A pretty
place,
good lead, too,
39-12.
after
Looked
4
like-
hurdles.
You know, as you start to
Gomez
get tired and then you
from
start to
El
wrap
Paso,
up those last
Yucatan.
2 to 3 hurdles,
Second
your
place,
steps are so
39-04.
important. If you start to stutter
Reese
step, then you lose
Waddell from
quite a
Dumas.
few seconds there in your
And
time.
in first place, 38-93, Dylan Payton from Greenwood.
They'll move up 100 meters and they'll run the 200 now. They'll run with the wind to their back down this straightaway. 3 races left, the 200, the 1600, and the 4x4 relay.
Next running event, 4A girls 200. 4A girls 200.
They're going to start right in our face right here. We got a camera right in the starting lane. Lane assignments for the 4A girls 200. Riley Schotchler from Dumas. Hope I said it right. Lane 1. Jacqueline Hernandez, West Plains in lane 2. Kalani Weeks from Greenwood in lane 3. Kaya Phillips from Brownwood in lane 4. The number 2 200 runner in Class 4A in the state. In lane 5, you've got Simona Talley from Fort Worth Eastern Hills. Jasmine Hernandez Valdez from Lake Worth in lane 6. Amaya Monroe from Benbrook in lane 7. And Aurelie Vasquez from Dumas in lane 8.
From Tascosa. Second place, 43-46, Willow Cornell from Amarillo.
In this shot here, you see the flags and the wind
Setting a new
now
regional
blowing
record of 42-40,
more from the east than from the north.
Kaylin Head from Denton Ryan.
For some reason, the sun came out and it feels colder, doesn't it?
Yeah,
At least up
sure
here
does, yeah.
where we're at in this box, we're in the shade. But it's probably pretty nice out in the sun. Hey, thanks for joining us on the stream. Glad we could bring it to you. If you are watching out in the El Paso area or back up in the Metroplex area or up in the Panhandle, this regional meet covers a ton of country in Region 1.
Second
2 different time zones.
143-45, the team from Amarillo. And in
So glad
first
we could
place,
bring it to you and hope it's been enjoyable to watch on
140-34,
your end.
the team from El Paso Chapin.
It's got to be kind of difficult for the race organizers having this here with the wind swirling all over the place on, you know, where to put the 200, where to run the 100, where to do the 100 hurdles.
Well, remember yesterday they had the hurdle set up for the 100 and flipped it after they'd already had the hurdle set up. That wind
switched
just,
on them.
I mean, it switched in a hurry.
This is the 4A girls 200.
Kalani Lawson, the number 4 200 runner in the state, not in this. She scratched yesterday. She's the one that we talked about earlier who won the 100-meter hurdles. So unfortunate that her regional meet is going to come up a lot different than what she and most people expected it to be. Kaya Phillips in lane 4. Top qualifying time. Tally in 5, Weeks in 3 from Greenwood.
It's a great view of the start here.
Brownwood, Kaya Phillips. Out in lane 7, Amaya Monroe from Benbrook. But Simona Talley in lane 5, Weeks in lane 3, and Weeks from Greenwood is going to sneak in there second place. It's funny how that race develops after the first 100. Greenwood, they put them on the screen, and you hear the crowd go wild. A lot of Greenwood folks here from Midland.
In third place.
Yeah, the race there was really between who was going to take that second and third
Yeah,
spot.
Phillips
And Roddy from
made that race not very interesting.
second place.
If you're
47.63.
thinking somebody other than her was going to win it. She got out to a great start, and
And in first place, 37.53, Martise Williams.
let's go to the 5A girls 200. Lane assignments. El Paso Chapin, Aaliyah Rosario in lane 1. Denaya Batiste in lane 2 from Mansfield Timberview. Naomi Wines from Lubbock Cooper is going to be in lane 3. Micah Tucker from Centennial in lane 4. Nia Trammell back for more in lane 5. Jayla Harris from Arlington Heights in lane 6. Addison Smith from Aledo in lane 7. Madeline Gibson from Denton Ryan in lane 8. Top qualifying time, Micah Tucker, a 24:10 in lane 4, but you've got a 24.18 and a 24.20 in the middle of the track.
Time to beat here is a 23:26 from 2008.
Oh, this is going to be good. 4 of them have a chance here. Batiste from Timberview in lane 2. Wines from Cooper. Nope, Wines from Cooper is in lane 3. Tucker, Trammell. And I think it's going to be lane 4.
I think lane
Micah
4,
Tucker.
Lane 4 and then lane 5, it seemed.
Tucker and Trammell. A 24:01 unofficially.
Although
24:05. Tucker from Centennial wins it. And I think it's going to be Trammell. Yep, from Fort Worth Wyatt. Wines from Cooper. Gets third by 6/100ths of a second.
At the awards table, the top 3 finishers in the 4A girls 200. 4A girls 200. Finishing in third place, 25:49.
All right, Decatur fans,
Simona
wake up.
Talley from Fort Worth.
Jake Milligan's on the track. Lane assignments for this 4A boys.
Finishing in second place,
Christian Soto from Fort Stockton in lane 1. Emmanuel Marquez
Kalani Williams
in lane
from Greenwood.
2. Jake Milligan in
And
lane
in
3
first
from
place,
Decatur. San Angelo Lakeview,
24-32.
Kentrell Johnson in lane 4. James Bozeman from Estacado in lane 5. Caden Brooks from Fort Worth Dunbar in lane 6. Brian Dorkbetter from Crum, one of their stud basketball players that Crum Bobcats went to the regional state semifinals. He's a big part of that. Lost at the buzzer to go to state. And Alonzo Rodriguez from Isleta in lane 8. Top qualifying time, Kentrell Johnson from
This is the
San
4A
Angelo
division
Lakeview
boys
at
200,
21:40,
4A boys
and James
200.
Bozeman from Estacado at 21:40. Milligan at 21:67. Four, 5 in lane 3. And they were set to go. I don't know if the gun didn't fire.
yeah, there didn't look like it was a false jump or a false start.
Lane 5 finally. He went, but I don't know if the gun misfired. Anyway, everybody's going to get back in their blocks. I shouldn't have said that. We haven't had a misfire all day. Good start.
Milligan's out fast.
So is lane 6, Caden Brooks from Dunbar.
Yes.
Lane 2, Emmanuel Marquez from Dumas. We got 5 at the line. Dumas is going to win it. And at the line, I think Jake Milligan is going to just miss out to Kentrell Johnson. Dumas.
Johnson was close, though. That could come down again to a really, really tight time. And Johnson does get him. Johnson finished second. Jake Milligan finishes third.
By 2 100ths.
Followed by Brooks and Bozeman.
Johnson, it looked like the last 10 meters Milligan was going to have that second place spot, and Johnson just finished stronger the last 10 or 15 meters. "5A boys 200. It's about to get fast. Lane assignments for this 5A boys 200: Adrian Fuller from Aledo in lane 1, Miguel Chapa from El Dorado in lane 2, Alan Gant from Coronado in lane 3, Brenton Harden from Centennial in lane 4, Justin Stewart in lane 5 from Arlington Heights, Jaden Kennedy from Fossil Ridge lane 6, Xavier Walker from Wyatt in lane 7, Harvey Scott from Timberview in lane 8. Brenton Harden, a 20.70. Justin Stewart, the number 1 in Texas in lane 5. He ran a 20.64 earlier in the year. You've got the number 13, the number 16, the number 15, the number 19, all in this race, 5 of them. Gant 13th, Brenton Harden 16th. That was before yesterday, though. Lane 3, Alan Gant. And in lane 5, Justin Stewart. Stewart with the lead. And Stewart's going to win it. Gant from Lubbock Coronado, second.
A 2072.
At the awards table, here are the top
2072 for Stewart.
Division Girls 200. In third place, with a time of 24:17, Naomi Wines from Lubbock Cooper. Second place, 24:11, Nina Trammell from Fort Worth Wyatt. And finishing in first place with a time of 24:05, Micah Tucker from Burleson Centennial.
Killer Fossil Ridge finishes third. Harden from Burleson Centennial finishes fourth. All right. You wanted a fast mile. You got it. You've got...
I have a feeling they're all, these runners may be going for second place here after looking at some of these preliminary seeding times.
Okay. Hip number 1, Sydney Wyndham from Brownwood. She's a number 8 in the state. Ran a 5:19.09 earlier in the year. Alexia Martinez from Fabens, the number 14 runner in the state. She's hip number 2. Lindy Biasoli is hip number 3. Hilda Ureno is hip number 4. Madeline Walker is hip number 5 from Springtown. Brooke French from Randall, hip number 6. She's number 3 in the state. Ran a 5:13.12 at district. Yvonne Della Riva from San Elizario is hip number 7. Olivia Everston from Glen Rose is 8th. You've got Avery Brown from Canyon, hip number 9. She's number 2 in the state. with a 5:08.69 earlier in the year. Maddox Kaufman from Decatur, hip number 10. The number 1 in the state, Addison Bristow. Qualifying time here, a 4:59.88. She ran a 4:44.43 earlier in the year. She's number 1 in Class 4A. She's number 9 in the country. Sydney Carrion from Burke Burnett, Angel Quiones from Fabens, Sophia Christensen from Decatur, Charlie Overbow from Glen Rose, and Emily Gross, the number 13, is out, hip number 16. All right. Underway.
Please direct your attention to the awards area. Here are the top 3 finishers.
Addison Bristow wastes no time going to the front.
79, Jake Milligan from Decatur.
Our teammate,
Second place, 21.77, Kentrell Johnson from St. Angelo
Avery
Lakeland.
Brown.
And in first place, 21.70, Amano Marquez from Dumas.
Bristow, number 9 in the country.
Looks very similar to her 800 pace that she ran earlier this afternoon. It's a different strategy. Usually when you watch this mile, they usually stay packed for 2-3 laps, and then somebody will kind of try to take it or increase the pace. And Bristow kind of leads from the front.
From Keller Fossil Ridge. Second place, 21.04, Alan Gant from Lubbock, Coronado. First place, 20.72, Justin Stewart from Fort Worth, Arlington.
Bristow making this thing a huge lead for her. As you see her all alone on the backstretch.
Looking here, it looks like the meet record here is 4 minutes 57 seconds. That was set in 2023. Hannah Stewart.
Wonder where she's from. I bet I could tell you. Hannah Stewart from Canyon. Let me see, when she set that, I'm not even looking. Is it 22 or 21? What year was that?
It was 23.
23.
Yeah, 23.
Well, she probably broke her
I was
records
gonna
that
say
she
she
set
may-
21 and 22.
She may have set all 3. I'd say we're on a pretty good pace here. She finishes the first lap or the third lap there, 3:43.
And everybody's so spread out now, it's hard to get many of them in the camera. Who's that in second place back there? She comes closer. That's from Canyon Randall.
Bristow hits the last stretch here. She's got
Record
20
at
seconds to get across the line for that record.
My goodness,
I think she's going to get it. We could be looking at a meet record.
4:52.92. Wow. I think she could have kept that pace for another 10 or 12 laps. She did not weaken at all.
Great run there by Brooke French, finishing second with a great time too. She's sub 5. Coming in third from Dumas is Gross. Looks like Wyndham from Brownwood then fourth, finishing fourth.
Let's get the results on the screen. Well, Bristow 4:52.96. Her teammate sub 5 as well. Nice run there for Bristow. I really don't know what else you could say. It is impressive, I'll tell you that. It's lane assignments for the girls. 5A girls mile. Hip number 1, Mason Murray from Abilene High. Madison Carroll from Brewer. Hip number 2, Ella McGallan, number 9 in the state in hip number 3. Lindy Freeman, hip number 4. Molly Garrison from Aledo, hip number 5. She's number 11 in the state. Ava Dennis from Chapin, hip number 6. Rebecca Duran, hip number 7 from Chapin. Aledo's Micah Neal, hip number 8. Ryan Dollar-Dougherty from Joshua, hip number 9. Ashlyn McMillan from El Paso Hanks, hip number 10. Jeslyn Worcester is hip number 11. Zoe Van from Abilene, hip number 12. Reese Pena from Lubbock High, number 6 in the state. From Lubbock High, number 13, it's Kenya Teal, number 14. Damaris Estrada, El Paso El Dorado, 15. And Zanasia Harris from Coronado, hip number 16. 5A girls. Mile.
Meet record for the 5A girls, keep your eye on, is 4 minutes 50 seconds, set in 2005. Looks like an Aaron Bettel.
Hip number 3 out front, which is Centennial's Magellan. Staying a lot closer together through the first part of this race here in 5A. We'll see how it develops with 3 laps to go. Centennial leads it.
Please direct your attention to the awards area. Here are the top 3 finishers. 4A girls, 1,600-meter run. Finishing in 3rd place, 5:09.88. She was 2nd in the 800, 3rd in the 3,200. Emily Gross from Dumas. Finishing in 2nd place,
Ella Magellan, number 9 in the state.
4:59.68. She was
Also with her,
first in the
Reese Pena from
3,200.
Lubbock High.
Brooke French from
And
Ramsey.
Micah Neal
And finishing in
from
first
Aledo.
place, setting a new regional record, 4:52.96. She was also first in the 800. Addison Bristow from Canyon.
Ella Magellan, Reese Pena opening up a little bit of a lead here as they go to the halfway point. Micah Neal from Aledo 3rd. Her teammate Molly Garrison right with her.
It's always fun to pick up the
That's more
fan
entertaining than
support.
us. I was going to turn my mic off and listen to them.
the fan support urging these girls on.
Lubbock High has taken the lead. Reese Pena, 600 meters to go. Followed by Centennial. And then 2 Aledo Lady Cats.
It looks like Garrison and Neal follow her up.
Reese.
The lead's starting to stretch, but the 2 young ladies from Aledo are starting to make a move too.
See a good look at the lead right there as they go past our in camera.
But that's Garrison that's moved into 2nd from Aledo.
Reese Pena, number 6 in the state, ran a 4:58.96 earlier in the year. And she leads this regional final in Class 5A. You say it's Garrison 2nd. It is Magellan 3rd. And Micah Neal 4th.
Neal's making a move also. She's just moved into 3rd.
Pena from Lubbock High is going to win it. And Molly Garrison, the number 11 runner in the state, is going to be 2nd. We'll get the rest of them as they come across. Don't want to put the results up too soon because they take up so much space, but we'll have them here in a moment.
Finish here for 5th.
Pena 5:01. I don't know how they are so happy and smiling after running the mile. They're obviously in great shape. The mile does not, I mean, they've got a lot more in the tank. Bristow, I think we might see her run the 4x4 after just watching her run that mile. I did get to talk to Coach earlier, Coach Baca from Canyon. Won't tell you what we talked about. That's classified information. But I did get some inside, I don't know if it's inside information, but it's always nice to see how some of these coaches think and the things they've learned over their careers. Hip numbers for the 4A boys, 1600. Pedro Jimenez from El Paso, Austin, number 1. Jacob Erickson from Perryton, 2. Shaib Faizi, Diamond Hill Jarvis, 3.
This is going to be
Arian Cotwall Shaver from Canyon in 4. Braden Lavario from Springtown is number 5. Gonzalez from Big Spring is 6th. Saul Hernandez from Leveland, 7. Angel Bocanegra from San Elizario is 8th. Dylan Strand from Brock. And there's the rest of them.
You know, noticing the seating times, two things are, you know, something stuck out to me is seems like there's 2 groups that run around. One runs about 4.5, and the other's right around 4:50. So we could see 2 groups kind of spread out here. It's a little bit different race than what we saw with the girls.
Canyon out to an early lead.
I think the longer they stay packed,
Here's
the
a partial
more it can be
point
kind of anybody's
standings.
race.
4A girls division through the
Lathan
1600.
Luter, the number
With the
5
mile
runner
leader
in the
on
state. Also
place,
Jacob
Randall,
Marquez from Big
97.
Spring.
Second place, Randall, 60. Third place,
Ryan
Canyon,
Fernandez.
55.
Baby, go get with him. Go get with him. Come on, Tony. Come on, Angel. Let's go out to the front. Come on, Tony. Let's go, Angel.
All right, here in front of the stands, 2 Canyon Eagles. That's going to be Lathan Luter, Ryan Fernandez, 1st and 2nd. Followed number 6, Gonzalez from Big Spring. And looks like Perryton in 4th. Halfway through this 4A boys 1600.
Come on, Dylan. Stay in there, dude. Stay in there.
Please direct your attention to the awards area.
Hey, fast.
Here are the top 3 finishers. 5A division girls 1600 meter run.
Come on, Angel.
In 3rd place, 5:07. She was also 3rd in the 3200. Micah Neal from Aledo. 2nd place, 5:05. She was 2nd in the 3200. Molly Garrison from Aledo. Finishing in 1st place, 5:01.39. She was 1st in the 3200. Reese Pena from Lubbock High.
Canyon separating themselves. It's now Fernandez in the lead. Lathan Luter 2nd. Big Spring, that is Gonzalez. And then Erickson from Perryton. And then another Canyon, Catwall Shaver comes in right now in the number 5 spot. Okay, they're going to duel it out down the home stretch. Fernandez, Luter. Fernandez and Luter, both of Canyon, are going to win it, and Fernandez holds him off. Canyon's going to sweep this thing on the medal stand as Shaver's coming in. Catwall, Shaver, and Canyon with a clean sweep. First, second, and third.
Take into perspective how quick those two were on the front. The meet record's 4:21.06, and both those Canyon runners both running 4:21, just slightly behind that meet record.
They're going to sweep the medal stand. You don't see that very often, but and I'm just going to tell you, it's no accident. Coach Baca and on the girls' side, and obviously the coaches on the boys' side in Canyon, they've got it dialed in. Go to the 5A lane assignments now for the mile. Kelvin Sarfo from Mansfield Timberview. Finley Belk. If I miss one on your list, let me know. Tyler Connolly from Aledo is number 3. Isaiah Gayton from Burgess is 4th. John Alcantar from Abilene High is number 5. Andrew DeYoung from Grapevine, 6. You want to read number 7? Man, I don't even know where to begin on that one. He's in 8, Paladuro.
Abdurasak?
Yeah, Abdurasak. Saidgruhan. Wallace Bullock is 8th. Jordan Diaz from Del Valle, 9th. Arturo Rodriguez, 10th. Miles Westbrook from El Paso High, 11th. Gannon Dolan from Granbury, 12th. Samuel Alexander, 13th. Luis Guerrero from Lubbock Cooper, 14th.
Let's go, Tyler! Let's go,
Wallace! 5A boys mile, and then we go to the 4x4 100-meter relay.
5A boys 1600.
What kind of times do we have here, guys, to watch?
Nobody really, except for the number 1 guy in the state, Diego Romero from El Paso Americas. He's right now deep in that bunch.
He's wearing
number
16. Yeah,
16.
he's wearing 16.
Coming around in first right now is going to be 15, Jason Dodd. Moving into second is Miles Westbrook. All bunched together. We'll see how it spreads out over the next 3 laps. Number 1 team, number 1 man in the state, Diego Romero from El Paso Americas, wearing hip number 16.
If you would please direct your attention to the awards area. Here are your top 3 finishers in the 4A Division Boys 1600-meter run. Third place, 4:30, Arian Catwall Shaver from Canyon.
They're all within
Second
15
place,
meters of each other. Most of them are all within about 7 meters of each
He
other.
was first in the 3200.
Trying to make a move on the outside.
Nathan Luter from Canyon.
He's trailing.
And finishing in first place,
Maybe from El Paso High.
4:21:44. He was second
That
in
would
the
be
3200.
Westbrook.
Ryan Fernandez from Canyon.
Right, opening up the lead now as they come around. That's going to be number 7. Is that north side? Nope, that's Paladuro. He has his bib over his jersey. That is
That's Abdurasak.
Abdurasak in the lead halfway
Here's a
through.
partial standings, 5A girls division through the 16.
Good for him, but that's not very easy on
With
us.
the mile relay yet to be run. First place, Denton Ryan.
It's probably easy to
59.
pronounce.
Second place, Alito, 49. Third place, Amarillo.
Americus,
46.
as you see coming to your screen, he's going to be to the left of Abdurasak's shoulder. He's in third right now. Can barely see him. Hip number 16, he's the number 1 in the state. He's within striking distance. And now Abdurasak is going to relinquish the lead as they come around that curve. Number 11 is Miles Westbrook from El Paso High. El Paso Americas right now in second. That's Diego Romero. Third is now going to be number 6, Andrew DeYoung.
And it's probably not a fluke that Westbrook's in the front there. He's number 12 in the state right now.
65, Tyler, let's go. Come on, kick it in. Come on, Tyler.
300 meters to go here in this 5A boys 1600.
Looks like we got about a 4, 5, 6-man race.
It's still Westbrook, and now Romero takes the lead. Romero ran a 4:13.43 on March 22nd. On the outside, that's going to be number 8, Wallace Bullock from Colleyville Heritage. And the sprint is on. Romero is going to hold him off coming around this curve. Romero, Bullock, Westbrook on the outside from El Paso High. He's going to take the lead. Romero in second. And Romero's going to hold him off and will get second place. 11 Miles Westbrook will win it from El Paso. So the 2 state qualifiers here in the 5A boys mile come from the Mountain Time Zone in El Paso, as they'll go to Austin in a couple of weeks. 4:21:08 is the official time for Westbrook. Well, I've said it a few times on the stream this weekend, and 4A girls 4x4 is going to be something to watch. Looking at the lane assignments for that as they bring them out onto the track. Decatur is going to be in lane 1. They ran a sub 4-minute mile relay at their area meet at 3:57.82. Seminole, a 4:03. They ran yesterday a 4:04. They ran a 4:03 at area. In lane 3 is going to be Crum. They ran a sub 4-minute at the area meet against Decatur at 3:58.77. Canyon, they have run a sub 4-minute 4x4 at the Texas
Here
Relays,
is a
the number 3
partial
mark in the state at
point
3:55.54. They're in
in
lane
the
4.
4A boys
Brownwood is
division
going to be in lane 5.
through
They've run
the
a sub 4-minute
1600.
at
With the mile relay
3:56.94 at the
run.
Texas Relays.
First
They're the number
place,
5 team in the
Canyon,
state. Canyon West
75.
Plains, number
Second
6.
place,
They'll be in lane 6.
Stephenville, 74.
They ran a
Once
4:03
again,
earlier in the
4A
year,
boys division.
a 4:04 at
Canyon
area.
is now first place.
In lane
75.
7 is going to be the Brock Lady
Stephenville in
Eagles.
second place, 74.
They ran a 4:03 at area. Yesterday running a 4:04.99. And out in lane 8 is going to be Stephenville. They were close to a sub 4 minute. They ran a 4:02. So there could be 5 or 6 potentially run sub 4, and at least 3 of them would not advance. That would be a tragedy.
And Canyon does hold the record back from 2014 at a 3:51. But you know what? Today I wouldn't put that past these girls.
Got a little bit of a headwind when they get to the backside.
It'll be interesting, like you said, on how many teams this is their team that ran yesterday, and this is a new team that runs today.
Well, I've talked to several of these coaches today, so I don't know if this is a new trick where they say, yeah, we're running the
And
same
now your
people.
lane assignments in the
Because they all told me that.
4A division.
And I'm not real sure I
Girls
believed
4
any of them.
400. Decatur's going to be in lane 1. Seminole in 2. Crum in lane 3.
They'll go
Top
1
qualifying time of
and a quarter
3:55.
laps around this track
42
in
goes
their
to
lanes, and
Canyon.
then they'll
They're
cut
gonna
in.
be
The
in
second
lane
leg will
4.
cut in after the first 100.
Brownwood lane 5. West Plains 6. Brock in 7. Stephenville lane 8. Quiet at the starting line so all the runners may hear the starter.
This is the race I've been the most excited for all week. The 4A girls 4x4 finals. Top qualifying time, a 3:55.42 from Canyon. They'll be running in lane 4. Brownwood, 3:59 yesterday, runs in lane 5. And we'll see if we can point out some of these runners. This looks like for Canyon, Brooklyn Kinsey, the hurdler, 300 hurdler, the first leg. As they go into the far turn, Stephenville out in lane 8. They're in lane 6 is West Plains. And Canyon has been the first to hand off.
Followed by Brownwood, and then Crum, and then
They'll-
the rest.
They'll run the curve in their lanes, then they will break in on the backside.
Hey, go get everybody. Don't wait. Don't wait. Let's go. Let's go.
Canyon, but Brownwood now closing the gap. If you've got a chance, if you've got a thought that you're going to win this, you can't let Canyon or Brownwood too far out in front of you. And looks like most of the field has already let that happen. Brownwood, then Canyon, Decatur, Crum, West Plains, Brock, Stephenville, Seminole. That's the order as we go into this third lap. Canyon is going to retake the lead. They'll hand off first. Hand us off to Winfrey. Sydney Winfrey around the back stretch for Canyon. Looks super strong through the first 200 and getting stronger. Closing the gap on Brownwood. They're going to make this final lap interesting. Addison Bristow for Canyon awaits the anchor leg. Brownwood will hand off second. Canyon, they get it to Bristow. Brownwood hands off. Decatur, Crum. That's the order of the first four. Handing off last, Stephenville. I'm not sure that's Bristow. Maybe it is. Not only do we need hip numbers, we need bib numbers.
The stride, it's hard to tell. The stride looks similar, but it also looks a little sped up.
Oh, 338. Brownwood battling. Decatur is taking Crum. They're going to try to get there. 350.76. A new regional meet record. Brownwood second. 350.78.
The previous record was 351. That is a great run.
Four sub fours. Crum runs under 4 minutes and they will not advance. Decatur will have to wait and see. I would think they would be kind of safe.
You kind of said it, though, that if Canyon and Brownwood could spread out from the field, it makes it real tough to reel them in. They're so strong in the back half.
4:06. Stephenville runs a 4:06. They get 8th place.
New regional record.
And that's pretty, 4:06 is pretty good. They ran a 3:50. What was the regional record?
3:51.
Even?
3:51.86, almost 3:52.
From 14, that is about an 11 or 12-year-old record.
And if of course it's a Canyon record they took care of too. So
naturally, 350, unbelievable. I think they're going to break the 350 mark at state.
Yeah, Canyon previously coming in was at 355, and that was the third best mark.
Here's the lane assignments for the 5A girls 4x4.
400. Abilene's going to be in lane 1. Argyle in 2. Alito's going to be in lane 3. Top qualifying time 3:54.95 goes to Burleson Centennial. They're going to be in lane 4. Amarillo lane 5. Burleson lane 6. Tascosa is going to be in lane 7. Fort Worth, Arlington Heights is going to be in lane 8. Once again, the point standings in the 5A girls is first place, Denton Ryan, 59. Second place, Alito with 49. They're in lane 3. Amarillo, 46. They're in lane 5. It comes down to this race.
Well, you heard them say it. I don't need to repeat it. Here's a 5A girls 4x400.
Please be quiet at the starting line.
All right, we're underway in the 5A girls 4x4. Same thing. Once around the track in their lanes.
1600 meter run.
Second leg will break in after the first 100.
Wallace Bullock from
Out in lane 6, Burleson running well.
4:21.60, Diego Romero from El Paso Americas. And in first place, 4:21.08, Miles Westbrook from El Paso.
In lane 5 is going to be Amarillo. In lane 8 is Arlington Heights. Burleson looks like they're going to hand off first.
Miles
Closer than
Westbrook
you'd
from
think,
El
though.
Paso
That's pretty
was also
tight.
First in the 3200.
Abilene and Argyle also in the mix.
Amarillo out fast in that second leg.
Burleson cuts in, and then coming to the outside is Centennial. They're shoulder to shoulder as they go into that turn. Centennial now has taken the lead. Amarillo sneaks on the inside in this midway point. Burleson now has fallen to third. Centennial leads
Point standings, partial
by
point
about
standings in the 5A boys
3 meters.
through the 1600.
Burleson's third
First
leg
place,
now getting back in the
Mansfield
mix.
Timberview, 54.
It's
Second
Centennial.
place, Denton Ryan, 44.
Centennial leading. Second is Amarillo. And now Burleson has moved back into second place. Coming around this curve. Burleson, Centennial, and Burleson.
If you remember the announcement too, it's big. It's big here for Centennial and Amarillo for the overall meet champion.
Hereford. Burleson hands off first as we go to the anchor leg. Burleson, Amarillo, and Centennial. Amarillo and Centennial both closing the gap on Burleson as we come to the final 200 meters. The lead is now less than 5 meters. Amarillo around with 100 meters to go, and they're going to take the lead. Burleson on the inside. Amarillo takes the lead. Centennial coming from the inside as well on the outside of Burleson. It's going to be Amarillo high, Burleson Centennial. A 3:52.28. Aledo in fourth. Argyle, Abilene, Tascosa,
Is that Arlington Heights?
Arlington Heights. I was looking at the back of the jersey. It says, you see what it said?
No, I think that was Arlington Heights.
I know, but do you see what the back of the jersey said?
Oh, no.
30 West.
That's what the back of the jersey says?
Yeah. Here's your
Please
results.
direct your attention to the awards area. Here are the top 3 finishing teams. 4A Division Girls 4x400. In third place, 357, the team from Decatur. Second place, 356, the team from Brownwood. Finishing in first place, setting a new regional
They're
record.
introducing the 4A girls.
78, the team from Canyon.
That's an impressive medal stand right there. That is an impressive medal stand. And, boy, you got a feel for Crum. They run under 4 minutes, and they don't get to go to state, and they could – well, I guess they get fourth.
Yeah,
I mean,
fourth. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe. We'll see, but I like the way it's set up where you have to survive an advance district. And, I mean, there's some teams and athletes that are not here that could probably win this meet. Maybe they didn't get the baton around or got disqualified or maybe had a bad day. I like the format of survive, and then when you get to regional finals, it starts getting serious pretty quick.
Yeah, and Canyon and Brownwood are through. Hopefully Decatur's time with where it is puts them through also, because I'd love to see all three of those teams race again.
And now your lane of
I'd hate to see another region where third place was faster than Decatur was.
Yeah,
right there.
that's true. That's true.
Gisletta is going to be in lane 1. Greenwood in 2. Brock is going to be in lane 3. Your top qualifier, 3:22.20, goes to Dumas. They're going to be in lane 4. Canyon's going to be in lane 5. West Plains 6. Stephenville in lane 7. Lakeview in lane 8. Quiet at the starting line, please.
Stephenville boys, I think a decent finish here will put the finishing touches on his team championship.
I think so.
Dumas boys in lane 4, they're going for their 5th consecutive trip to the state track meet in the 4x400 meters. Dumas in lane 4. Brock is in lane 3.
Let's go!
Brock with
Let's go! Let's go!
a chance
Let's
here
go!
in their first year up from Class 3A into Class 4A. Falling back early is West Plains. Canyon has taken the lead.
So it does look.
Oh, Canyon in Stephenville, the winner, whoever finishes ahead in this one, will win the team championship. Canyon boys have 75 points. Stephenville has 74. Dumas has 50. That won't pay enough points to get them in there. They could still make the medal stand. Canyon's going to hand off first. Nope, it's not going to be Canyon. That is Greenwood handing off first.
Go! Go! Go!
4A boys team championship riding on this race.
Yeah, I think we talked about how impressive it was for Canyon in the mile to put all three on the podium. It really changed their team score and jumped them all the way ahead of Stephenville.
Canyon leads this. Dumas fighting on the outside, trying to get the third. Didn't see who was in second. Let him come around this corner. Red and white team. Who is that going to be? I don't have them. I don't know who this would be.
Go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Go! Go!
Third leg underway. Is that West Plains or is that Greenwood? It's throwing me off there. It's black and red, but that's Greenwood. Yeah, I thought that's.
Yeah, I think so.
I've never seen them wear green. I've never seen them wear black. Greenwood out front. That's navy blue. Greenwood out front. Canyon, Dumas, Brock, Stephenville, Lakeview, West Plains, and Isleta. That's the order going into the final leg. Greenwood, Canyon,
Let's go!
Dumas,
Let's
Brock.
go!
That's the order of the handoff.
Let's go! Let's go! We gotta go!
Greenwood has an impressive lead on the backstretch. Canyon and Dumas. Remember, Dumas trying to get there for the 5th time in a row to the state meet. Brock in 4th. Greenwood.
There comes Dumas.
And Dumas around the outside passes Canyon. Chasing down Greenwood. Dumas, the anchor leg, is going to win it. Greenwood dropping back. Canyon is going to end up stealing second. And Greenwood is going to miss out on the automatic qualification. Brock is going to finish 4th.
With about 125 meters left, the anchor there for Dumas just hit another gear that I haven't seen all day. That was impressive.
He said the 5th straight
At
trip
the
to
awards
Austin
table,
isn't
we
going to be
have
on my
the
shoulders.
finishing teams in the 5A division girls 4x400.
Outstanding
Finishing
run,
in third
3:17.95
place, 3:54, the
for
team from
Dumas.
Burleson.
Canyon finishes
In
second with a
place,
3:18.
3:53.
Yeah, meet record, they
the
were
team from Burleson
almost there.
Centennial.
Meet record's
And in first
3:17.80.
place, with a time of 3:52.33.
15/100ths off.
the team
Midland
from
Greenwood
Amarillo.
finishes at 3:19.07. So that win is going to win the team championship for the Canyon boys. What about the Canyon girls? Do you have that, the girls' totals? Is it going to be Canyon or Big Spring? I mean, Canyon or Brownwood?
I have Brownwood as a final number. I have Brownwood at 113, Canyon at 75, Randall at 60. Decatur,
What about
Decatur at 56.
5A 5A girls.
So I have final results for 4A boys real quick. Canyon 91 points, Stephenville 76, Dumas 70. Those are your
Boy,
top
Canyon
three.
boys made a comeback. That mile really helped sweeping the medal stand there.
So 5A, let's see. 5A boys going into this. So Mansfield Timberview has 54 points, Denton Ryan has 44, Argyle has 30, Colville Heritage has 30, and North Richland Hills Richland has 30. Burleson Centennial has 28. So it's pretty tight. You know, let's.
You want to trade cameras? You want to trade cameras?
Here are the lane assignments in the 5A division boys 4x400.
Yeah, lane assignments on the screen for you.
It's going to be in lane 1. Seguin lane 2.
Mansfield Timberview ran a
Denton Ryan in lane
3:18.98
3.
yesterday. They will
Your
be in
top
lane 4.
qualifying time of 3:18.98 goes to Mansfield
Hey, don't forget, if you're
Timberview.
still on
They're gonna be
the
in lane
stream,
4.
let us know where you
Toledo
watched from
will be in
today.
lane 5. El Paso Americas
How your
in
teams
lane
did.
6. Amarillo lane 7. Birdville lane 8.
And glad we could bring you this track meet. It's been fun. It's always fun coming to Lubbock this time of year to watch the regional meet. Final race is on the track.
On the north.
Mansfield Timberview running out of lane 4. Had the fastest qualifying time yesterday.
No, not by much though, because Alito was about a half a second behind, and Denton Ryan not far behind that. So this could pan out to be a pretty good race here at the top.
Alito, Timberview, Amarillo. Going into the first exchange. Alito hands off first, right ahead of Timberview.
Go, Parker! You gotta move, buddy!
Now they'll cut in. And Amarillo leads just ahead of Amarillo leads Alito.
That's Alito, yeah.
And then it's going to be Mansfield Summit, Birdville, Timberview coming around on the outside on the curve. And Amarillo High will hand it off first. Timberview on the outside will take the lead. Alito also now staying with Timberview. Timberview and Alito. Amarillo right behind them. As we have 100 meters left until the anchor leg. Timberview and Alito stride for stride, and Timberview hands it off first. Amarillo High trying to get in position around Alito, but can't quite catch him down that backstretch. It's still Timberview, Alito, and Amarillo with 200 meters to go. Timberview, Alito goes out to lane 2 to see if they can make a move, and they're not going to be able to, but they are creating more distance between them and Amarillo. It's going to be Timberview, Alito, Amarillo. .316.70 for Timberview, 3:17.09 for Alito. Amarillo 3:18.53.
Please direct your attention to the awards area. Here are the top 3 finishing teams in the 4A Division Boys 4x400. Finishing in 3rd place, 3:19, the team from Greenwood. In 2nd place, 3:18, the team from Canyon. And finishing in 1st place, 3:17.95, the team from Dumas.
That's the 4A boys medals that they're announcing. There's a medal stand look.
Looks like we have final team standings for 5A boys now. Oh, we'll show the medal stand first.
Yeah, they're going to hand out the 4A boys, then the 5A boys, and then they will hand the team trophies out. So we'll have that on the medal stand.
Yeah, Alito with a great race there, bumped all the way into 3rd for the team standings.
Before you exit the stadium, we ask that you please hang around, wait for the final presentation.
We will
for the regional trophies.
Keep it here on the broadcast for the presentation.
Please look around,
I know there's
that you have all your personal belongings.
people maybe staying on here to see how it ends and to see
put that in the receptacles on the way
athletes on the medal stand. So we'll keep the stream going through the presentation of the medals. You see the Brownwood girls making their way out onto the turf. It looks like Brownwood. Amarillo also coming out, and you'll see a lot of athletes making their way out here to get their medals, the team trophies. Hopefully they'll do it in a timely fashion. Brownwood girls are going to win this meet with 113 points. Canyon girls second at 75. I don't know how many times somebody other than Canyon has won this meet, but it's not many on the girls' side. Brownwood with an outstanding group of female athletes in an outstanding track team, sending a busload to Austin in a couple of weeks. Canyon, they'll be sending their fair share as well. Randall is third, Decatur fourth with 56, Stephenville fifth with 47.
Finishing in third place, 318.
Fort Worth Dunbar with 40,
Amarillo.
which could have very easily been a medal stand for Fort Worth Dunbar if it wasn't for injuries to Kaylani Lawson. Crum at 32 points, Monahan's with 32.
The team from Mansfield, Timberview.
There on the medal stand, that's the 5A boys 4x4. For the 4A boys, Canyon wins at 91 points. Stephenville second at 76 points. They'll be getting on the medal stand here in a moment. Dumas with 70. Lubbock Estacado has 40. Randall 38. Decatur and Greenwood both 36. .5A girls, it's going to be Amarillo High, the champions of the regional meet. They win it with 66 points. Denton Ryan with 59. Aledo with 57. Fort Worth Wyatt with 46, as well as Burleson Centennial with 46. Mansfield Timberview 38. Tascosa and Burleson both finished with 32 points.
Now your final point standings in the 4A girls division. In fourth place, 56 points, Decatur. Third place, 60 points, Randall. Second place, 75 points, Canyon. Finishing in first place, your new regional champs in the 4A girls division, 113 points, the team from Brownwood.
Brownwood Lady Lions on the medal stand. Impressive weekend for them. Won the high jump. Won the 4x2 just off the top of my head, trying to remember all the things they won. Had a 3/1000ths of a second second place finish there in the 300 girls hurdles. So congratulations to Brownwood on their finish for the 4A girls title.
Award stand here, the final presentation in the 5A girls division. In fourth place with 46 points, Fort Worth Wyatt and Burleson Centennial. Third place, 57 points, Aledo. Second place, 59 points, Denton Ryan. Finishing in first place, your new 5A division girls regional champs with 66 points, the team from Amarillo High.
That's Amarillo High Sandys on the medal stand here at Plains Capital Park. They're the champions of the 5A girls division. Next up will be the 4A boys. It's going to be Canyon. And then the 5A boys, and then It'll be off to Austin. State meet will take place in a couple of weeks at the University of Texas. If you haven't never been,
And now the final results
you should
of the
go.
4A Division boys. In fourth place with 40 points, Lubbock Estacado. Third place, 70 points, Dumas. Second place, 76 points, Stephenville. Finishing in first place, your new Region 1 champs 4A boys division, 91 points, the team from Canyon.
There's the Canyon Eagles on the medal stand. Few last pictures for Canyon, and then they will bring out the boys from Class 5A, the champs. With an outstanding weekend for them, Mansfield Timberview 74 points, Denton Ryan 48 points, Aledo 36 in third, Amarillo High 34 points in fourth, Argyle, Colleyville Heritage, North Richland, Hills Richland, all 30 points each. I don't see, oh yeah, there. Timberview is waiting for the Canyon boys to get off the medal stand so they can have it.
Now your presentation in the 5A boys division. Finishing in fourth place, 34 points, Amarillo. Third place, 36 points, Aledo. Second place, 48 points, Denton Ryan. Finishing in first place, 74 points, your new 5A regional champs, the team from Mansfield Timberview.
All right, that does it for our broadcast here of the Region 1 track meet. Thanks for joining us on Lone Star Game Day. Don't forget to give us a like or follow if you wouldn't mind, or like the videos, leave us a comment, and hopefully we'll see you somewhere down the road. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.